What's up, everybody? This is John E. Basement, and we are back here live in the basement for another New York Yankees extravaganza, playing the 39-61 Royals. Unbelievable, but true that we actually have been struggling against the freaking Royals. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But that's kind of where we're at right now. The last two games, the Yankees had to fight like hell. They had to fight like hell to beat a team that is bottom feeders in Major League Baseball. The Kansas City Royals are a bottom five team. There's no question about it. Why we've had to fight our way out of this stuff, I don't know. We've gone over this a lot yesterday and the day before. For people that have joined me on this, it's really been an absolute freaking joke. I don't get it. After dropping 2 to the Mets, we should really have moved forward and been able to just stomp this team out. But thankfully, we have been winning. And that's what's important. That's really what's important right now. Thankfully, we've been winning. Aaron Judge has been absolute killing the ball. Absolutely killing it. He's hit I think he's hit 10 home runs in the last 11 games. 10 home runs in the last 11 games is ridiculous. So, but the pitching, man, has been awful. Garrett Cole, this is a big money Cole, right? Big money Cole has been it's been pretty bad, man. Big money Cole's been pretty bad. So that's not something that we're too proud about. Trying to fix some things here while we're going on. So we'll see. We'll see. The Royals come in here today with, the last two pitchers have been pitching like they were Greg Maddux and John Smoltz. Unbelievable, but true, man. They've been shutting. Brady Singer had one hit against the Yankees up until Judge got the game-winning home run to win 1-0 on Friday night, and then Thursday night, and then yesterday we had to come back again. That rainstorm, helped us out. We scored 8 runs. 8 runs in the bottom of the 8th. Crazy. How you all been doing? We're going to win this one today. We should win 10-0 today. This is a bounce-back series after losing to the Mets. And it's one thing to get shut down by Max Scherzer. That's one thing. And he didn't shut down the guy last night, Ubik. He had 2 hits through 7 innings. And now we can't even touch their bullpen until later in the game. Amazing, right? Anyway, just doing some final touches here on this. Like I said, I'm the most tech-savvy guy in the world, but that's what we're here for. We're here to watch this freaking game. So, and it's just starting now. We got nasty Nestor Cortez on the mound. Nestor Cortez has been our go-to guy. He's our go-to guy this year, not Big Money Cole. He is our go-to guy. So this has been absolutely amazing that we can find a gem like him. And now we're getting started with this game. It's 85 degrees, all right. It's actually not that bad outside. It's really not that bad. So I figure we'd get out here, watch another game today. I'm also live streaming WWE tonight. And that's going to be fun. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Pat McAfee versus Happy Corbin. Pat McAfee has been incredible on wrestling. He's already got a great show on Mad Dog Russo on Channel 82, Sirius Radio. Pat McAfee has really stepped up. And with the announcing on Friday Night SmackDown, and he's also done it with the talk and the walk and the training and everything with the wrestling, man. I really enjoy it, watching him out there. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight, but of course, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns is the main event. That's the event to watch. The Usos versus Street Profits, that should be a good one too. Come on. Right to the warning track. Got Matt Carpenter out there. Picking up Benintendi was great. At least he got an RBI for us yesterday. And wow, our outfield is Benintendi, Hicks, and Matt Carpenter and right. Donaldson at third, IKF short, LeMahieu at first, So Rizzo and Judge, I wonder if they have the day off today. One of them has the day off because they're both not in the lineup. There can only be one DH. I wonder if they both have the day off. That'd be interesting. Oh, that one foul. That one foul. But yeah, it's Cortez has been the main guy. Garrett Cole has been. I mean, this guy can't even hold a 3-0 lead against the Royals, man. Can't even hold a 3-0 lead. It's amazing. It's incredible, man. Nasty Nesta has been our money guy this year. It shows his sinker. His sinker batter's only hitting 125 against his sinker. That's like Joey Gallo's batting average in general. It's a Saturday afternoon, getting ready for the game. Getting ready for SummerSlam tonight. It's not a big matchup. It's just that the Yankees right now they've been struggling. They've been struggling versus the Royals, man. But the bats came out last night. We're hoping that continues. Hoping that continues today, and they just blow this team out of the water. Yep. Cortez has a 2.4 ERA, man. The guy's money this year. Guy is real money. Salvador Perez is the only real threat on this team, and he did clock a big home run yesterday. I think it was a 2-run shot, 3-run shot off Big Money Cole. I keep calling him that because the guy has not come through for us since he's been here, regardless of his record. Yeah. This should be a game that we knock out the box. They play again tomorrow, I think, at 1:30 in the afternoon. Eastern time, anyway. Perez has been a great hitter for Kansas City for a long time. Real long time. So we'll see. Everybody's still talking about the Juan Soto trades. We'll see who lands him. I don't know. I'm more concerned about if the Yankees are going to sign Aaron Judge or not. That's what I'm concerned about. All right, 3 up, 3 down. It's pretty quick. We would assume that that's the way it should be today, right? We would assume that's the way it should go today. We got NFL coming up. Got a lot of things we're going to be doing next week. The previews of the Jet season, the AFC East, NFC East. Lou here, when he's on with me, he's a Giants fan. So we're going to have to do some NFC East and do some hating on the Cowboys and definite hate on the Patriots in the AFC East. But they're not, the Patriots aren't even an elite team anymore. So they're not really anything to worry about. My Jets could finish ahead of them. That'd be a great start for me on the up and up from this draft to hopefully be in competitive football again, at least be in the playoff talk by Thanksgiving, at least be in the playoff talk, in the hunt, whatever they call it, at least be there. We'll see. The Yankees right now, I get upset. I get uptight. It's first place problems. Jets a whole different story. I get uptight over the Yankees, and they're in first. I get uptight over the New York Rangers, and they came within 2 games of making the finals. So the Jets and the Knicks are they're my problem childs right now. The Knicks and the Jets. They can't seem to get anything going. Though the Knicks have been playing better. They have been playing a lot better. The Jets have been not. The Jets and the Giants have been the 2 worst teams in the NFL the past 5 years. Maybe longer. Maybe it's 6 at this point. But as far as I know, it's the at least the past 5 years. So Giants and Jets fans really don't have much to talk about when it comes to that sort of stuff. So here we go. DJ's leading off. Aaron Judge is playing, so he's got to be the DH, and Anthony Rizzo looks like he has the day off. Anthony Rizzo has the day off today, apparently. Now here we go with another guy, man. Jonathan Heasley. He's 1-5 with a 5.5 ERA. Every day they're putting up guys that suck. Kansas City on the mound, and we can't hit anybody. We can't hit anybody. Bubik yesterday was 2-5. He had an ERA over 4, and like he had a 2-hitter on us through 5-6 innings. I think Brady Singer had. I think he was actually 4-3. The guy on Thursday, and he had a 1-hitter. I mean, can we hit some of these guys? I mean, give me a break, man. The Royals are trash, and we're having a problem. I'm very happy we came back last night, but if you really watch the game, they had a lot of help from Kansas City's infield. I mean, routine groundouts were errors, misplays, misthrows. So the Yankees were able to get some runs, and they walked the run in, and then we hit the grand slam. Then the bats came alive. But if we were playing a far better team, the Yankees would have been out in that inning. They wouldn't have gotten that big rally. Kansas City, being such a horrendous team, helped us out with some really poor infield play on basic ground balls. Oh, DJ, is that gone? It's gone. It's out of here. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we did yesterday. Anthony Rizzo got a home run in the first inning, and then we only got 1 hit for the next few innings. This is the way to start. Lead off home run. This is the way to start. Right there. Good hit, DJ. There you go. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Right there. Lead off home run, playing a crappy team. We should be up 10-0. This pitcher should be out of here by the second inning if we don't knock him out now. That's what a team like the Yankees should be doing. That's what we should be doing right now. Here's Aaron Judge, who's been murdering it. By far the MVP of the league. By far the MVP. He's hit 10 home runs in the last 11 games. Through 101 games, he's tied with Babe Ruth for the most home runs by a Yankee ever through 101 games. He's got 41, and Babe Ruth had 41. Judge's name is in the same sentence with Babe Ruth of something involving the Yankees. So that is an amazing feat to begin with. It's incredible. Aaron Judge is they better sign him. It'd be sickening if they actually let this guy go. It'd be sickening. Because you know who will take him? The Mets. Mets got a great owner now, Steve Cohen. He's a multi-billionaire, and he's a Met fan. He bought the team, and he's bringing the players over that you need. And can you imagine if Aaron Judge went to the Mets? Oh my gosh, people would pass out in New York. George Steinbrenner would roll over in his grave. You do not let a guy like Aaron Judge walk. Oh, they should have just paid him. Now they're going to have to pay him a whole lot more. Notice this year he hasn't even been injured. He hasn't missed any games. Hitting 297, has 41 home runs. 41. He has 89 RBIs. He's almost at 100. Almost at 100 RBIs. There he goes. Another hit. Let's go. Let's go. Get this guy out of here. We should be doing this, man. We should be doing it. I mean, nobody's on this Kansas City team. Salvador Perez, the catcher, is a 5-time Gold Glove winner. That's their best player. We took their other best player, Benintendi. He's on our team now. He's on our team now. So, I mean, and now he's up. It's funny, they had Benintendi leading off his first game with the Yankees. He led off. And last night he was batting 6th, and now he's batting 3rd. So he got his first hit that night. First hit, first RBI as a Yankee last night. He's like 1 for 7. So we'll see what he does. They said 6 runs out of those 8 they scored in the 8th inning last night was unearned. Because there was so many errors by the infield of Kansas City, and they walked somebody in. If it wasn't for it, we wouldn't have won that game if it wasn't for that. But again, we should win today and win tomorrow. It should be a 4-game sweep. Should be a 4-game sweep. Whoa, he got a gift there. That wasn't a strike. That was a gift. Benintendi just got a gift, man. That guy hit right on the corner. He painted that corner. Wow. He got a real gift there, man. I mean, this pitcher may suck, but man, that was a strike. That was a strike. We'll take it. We will take it. That's amazing, man. But I like the human element with the umpires, whether it goes for us or against us. I don't want that robo. I don't want that robo. Calling balls and strikes. I don't want the robo ump. I think that's what they call it, the robo ump. I'm not really sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So yeah, we're gonna be stomping this team out today. You can feel it. It's 1st and 2nd. There's still nobody out, and Gleyber Torres is up. Just hit a 3-run bomb. Just blow this game out the water, so everybody can go back to this Saturday afternoon doing something. Torres hitting 266. I mean, at least they put him back at second base. His shortstop, when he was playing short, wasn't very good. Wasn't very good when he was playing shortstop. It was a bad project by Torres. Well, not by him, but by the Yankees, man. He couldn't play shortstop. But anyway, he hits a 3-run homer. We should finally have a blowout game. We should not be sweating out games against the Royals. We shouldn't be sweating these games out, man. Shouldn't be doing it. What's up, Gunnar? Glad you stopped by, man. I wasn't even planning on doing the game today. Oh, I think he just hit a 3-run shot, too. Oh, it's off the wall, though. It's going to score more runs. You got a 2-0 lead, 2nd and 3rd, still nobody out. This is the way it should go when you're playing a bad team. We shouldn't be sweating these games out. How about yourself, Gunnar? You good? Everything good with you, man? I said, man, I'm going to be doing wrestling tonight, too. I'm doing live streaming all day. It's Saturday afternoon, so, just keep trying to build the channel, brother. Still trying to build it. Torres is killing it, man. That was good. I thought that was gone at first, man. It went right off the wall. So, yeah, man, now we got Donaldson up, and there's still nobody out. You did. Brother, you did tell me to believe last night, man. That's what I did. Well, no, that's not true. I didn't. The rain delay helped a lot, and the Kansas City Royals, horrendous infield, Gunner. Their horrendous infield helped us a lot, too. But we'll take it. You're right. Still believe anything can happen. We play in a dumpster fire team like the Kansas City Royals. You should. I mean, they finally showed their true colors. They made a lot of errors. They said that 6 of the 8 runs we scored in that 8th inning were unearned. From them walking runs in, from them making the simple ground outs. They couldn't even handle the ball. They couldn't make the right throws. Nothing. So we benefited a lot from their bad play as well. I think we're just going to blow their doors off today. We got Cortez on the mound, a real big time guy, unlike Cole. Yeah, he's going to make money this offseason. He's going to make money, man. The Yankees should have paid him, Gunner. They should have paid him. Now they're really going to have to pay him. But I don't understand where the Yankees' heads are at with this stuff, man. In the past, they would have just signed him, no questions asked. They just don't run the team like they used to. They just don't run the team like they used to. Because I'll tell you what, now they're going to have to pay him, instead of paying $200-something million, they're going to have to pay him way north of $300 million. way north of it. Because other teams, I'm telling you, he could end up. I'm telling you, man, he could end up on the Mets if they don't do it. The Mets got that owner now, and Steve Cohen is a big fan of his own team that he owns, the Mets. A lot of owners aren't, they just own the team, but they aren't fans of the team, or it's another notch on their belt what they own. Some owners don't care. But Steve Cohen is kind of like a Mark Cuban. They're actually fans of the teams that they own. And they invest in them. So, like I said, man, I was sitting here Saturday afternoon. I was going to watch the game anyway, so I figured, why not? I'll stream it. But I'll be here all night doing that wrestling too, God. That's going to be it's going to be a lot of fun. We already got preseason football coming back, bro. You got the Buffalo Bills, man. Is your team going to do it this year? Buffalo going to win the whole. I don't see who in the AFC is better than the Bills, honestly. Who's better than the Buffalo Bills right now, Gunnar? Your team should go to the Super Bowl. Not Kansas City, not anybody else. I don't see that anybody beating them. You got Von Miller too on D. Oh man. Von Miller, Jamison Crowder from the Jets. That's a great pickup. He's a solid receiver, man. Guy's got great hands. All right, so we got one out. Matt Carpenter is up right now. Matt Carpenter has been a blessing, a real blessing. Sitting 311 right now, man. This guy was going to retire this year, and the Yankees just picked him up. He was going to retire. Was he going to play? Yeah, bro, they better win it this year. They better. What? I can't see anybody in the AFC beating Buffalo. I mean, they're the top 3 team in the league. Who's better, the Bucks? And I'm talking about the whole NFL. There's nobody in the AFC better than Buffalo. Nobody. They should win the AFC East by 2 or 3 games. Miami looks like they made some moves, but they have the same thing. Tua's got to prove that Tua's not bad, but he's got to prove that he can do it. He's got to prove that he's a big-time quarterback. The jury's still out on my team. And the Patriots, I honestly believe, as of right now, I believe the Patriots and the Jets are going to be battling for last place. What? Crowder was like hardly ever injured on the Jets. Hardly ever. He was the most reliable guy we've had the past few years, and he was reliable on Washington as well. Oh man. Well, hopefully he's not, man, because that guy's a great slot receiver. He's got great hands. He's way better than Cole Beasley was. So, and he can actually play his true position of slot receiver. Because on the Jets, I mean, Darnold and Wilson just threw to him because nobody else could catch. Corey Davis went out. When he went out, we didn't have much else in the way of wide receiver. Now I know we got Garrett Wilson from Ohio State. That dude should be lightning, man. He should be incredible for Zach. Corey Davis being back is big. Jamison Crowder, I hate losing him, but you know what? After doing your time in Washington and then the Jets, he deserves to be on a team that's going to win. He does. He deserves to be on a team that's going to win, man. If Buffalo, they can get over the Chiefs hump. They can get over the Kansas City hump. And I don't think the Bengals are going to do anything. Do you think do you think they're a one-year wonder, the Bengals? I'm not saying they're going to go back to the basement, but I think they're like a one-year wonder. Were they not? But they were down 21-0 at half against Kansas City and came back and won that game. That was like, who saw that come? One out, he walked them, bases loaded. This is what we should have been seeing the last 2 days. This is what we should have been seeing. Telling you. He's coming up on 30 pitches, and it's the first inning. It's coming up on 30, and it's only the first inning. Amazing. Well, there's Aaron Hicks, man. We should get some more production out of him right now. Bases loaded, 1 out, 2-0. Keep this going. Crowder's going to be fine, Gunner. He's going to be fine. They don't even need, well, I know he's new to the team. They probably do need to play him a little preseason, but we'll true. That's true too. The Ravens, I mean, I talk about injuries that the Jets get. The Ravens were like devastated last year. God, that's a good point, man. I forgot about that. The Ravens were devastated last year with injuries, man. And the Steelers holding on to Roethlisberger was a joke, man. Like, I mean, what did they think he was going to be last year? He couldn't throw. He couldn't throw the ball anymore. What did they think he was going to be? No, that was a joke. I agree with you there, man. So the Bengals, but the Bengals did do their thing in the playoffs, though. I mean, down 21-zip to Kansas City, they found a way to come back. Joe Burrow's been pretty solid quarterback. I mean, just 3 years ago, we said the Bengals or even the Buffalo Bills. Just think about it, 3 years ago. That's fair. 4 years ago, we said the Bills and the Bengals were going to be two of the better teams in the AFC come 2022, 2021. Who would have believed that? Nobody. I'm hoping that's what I'm hoping. Those two teams have given me hope that the Jets can actually now we have. It seems like we've gotten a line, and it seems like we've gotten some players, man. So I really hoping that that's what we do. I mean, I expect 7 to 9 wins out of it. Realistically, I expect 7 to 9 wins out of the Jets, and probably like 2 more they should have won but didn't. I expect 7 to 9 wins out of it. That's realistic. Next year, I would expect 10 to 12. This year, 7 to 9. 7 to 9 isn't a lot to ask for. It's not a lot. They've had 4 wins the past. They've been horrible. I mean, show some damn improvement. You can't at least win 3 more games and make 7 wins this year. Be competitive in most of your games, and 7 to 9 wins, I think, is reasonable. And finish ahead of the Patriots. Oh man, that would just you give me 7 to 9 wins and finish ahead of the Patriots, man. That's a good start for a new regime to be going forward, man. Every Jet fan will take that. Obviously, we'll take the unexpected playoffs and beyond. We'll take the unexpected like the Bengals did, but just realistically, 7 to 9 wins and finish in front of the Patriots. That's all I ask for this season. You want to give me more than that? Great. On paper, picking up Laken Tomlinson was monstrous, man. Laken Tomlinson was huge. George Fant was a throwaway from Seattle, man. He's been great for us. They just moved him to the left side and they moved Becton to the right. And I think Becton's going to be fine. He's catching a lot of weird hate, Gunner. Catch a lot of weird hate from analysts and field. I think he's going to be fine. The Jets line is, right, you said, they look great on paper. The draft looks great on paper. But just like I said, realistically, 7 to 9 wins, finish out of the Patriots. Oh, not a double play. No. Damn it. After all that, we end up with two hits. Not 2 hits, 2 runs. We got 2 runs, and they had the bases loaded, 1 out, and Hicks grounded out to a double play. But yeah, your guards, man. Buffalo's guards, if they play better, I don't see why the Bills can't win the whole thing this year. I just don't see why they can't, Gunner. I know that's your team, man. We've been on here since then, man. And I appreciate you being here, brother. I really do. You've been a big supporter of the channel, Gunner. I really appreciate it, man. That's why we just keep moving forward. Just keep doing these live streams and basement mentality, man. Subscribe, bell notice, like button, comment. It's building, man. I'm trying to get to that 1,000 subs, man. I think during the football season, hockey comes back, forget it, man. We're going to take off. We're going to take flight. I want to put that on this channel right now, man. But overall, man, we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. And I'm excited too. The Jets, Michael Carter, man, is a versatile running back. And now they got that bulldozer, Breece Hall, out of Iowa State. That kid looks like he's going to be good, man. I mean, everything I'm reading, but you being a Bills fan, Me being a Jets fan for years of just being, you guys are great now, obviously, but during the time they were down, you know what I mean? You're cautiously optimistic. Should really buy into all this. Eventually, it's got to turn around. We could be Lions fans, right? Lions fans have seen one playoff win since the Super Bowl era began. Think about that. One playoff win. The whole Super Bowl era, they have one playoff win. They are by far the hardest team to be a fan of over the Jets, the Bills, the Browns, during all the bad years. They are harder to be a fan of the Detroit Lions than any other team in the NFL. They have one playoff win. One. They didn't even win a playoff game with Matthew Stafford. They didn't. I mean, wow. It's really hard to do when you think about it. Really hard to do. Yeah, it's not easy for a rookie. Becton is that's a good analogy, man, with Jordan Davis. It's true. He when the Jets got him, he was compared to, he's going to be the next Brickashaw Ferguson. If you're unfamiliar with Brickashaw Ferguson from the Jets, the guy is one of the greatest tackles the game has ever seen. He should be easy first ballot Hall of Famer. The dude in 10 years, think about this for a lineman. In 10 years, he didn't miss a game. He didn't miss a down. He didn't miss a practice, including voluntary practices. He didn't miss anything. What are the odds of any player doing that, let alone an offensive lineman? Guy was money. The guy was money. He played there when Nick Mangold and the Jets had, back in the Darrelle Revis era when the Jets actually were pretty good in 09, 10. But he played for 10 solid years, so he was on some bad teams too. But the Brick didn't miss anything. Nothing. So it's hard to say, hey, this guy should be like him, man. I don't know of anybody that's like that, that's ever played. Who never missed a game or a down or a play, especially for an O lineman. That's beyond impressive, man. That's insane. Oh, yeah, man. 5-0 and finished 6-10. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? It's what happens, man. I mean, the Jets in '96 started the preseason, mind you, but still, they started the preseason 5-0 in the papers, and everybody went through the ceiling about how the Jets are going to be this, that, and the other. They won one game the whole year. One game. Oh, that was '95. It's '95. And when they said 5-0, they had 4 preseason. I think they did the Hall of Fame game that year. No, it was '96. '95, they won 3 games. '96, they won 1. That was our great head coach, Rich Kotite, man, who had just lost 7 games in the last 7 games in a row with the Eagles. And the Jets said, hey, man, you're our kind of coach. Get over here. And we brought him over, and he went 4-28 in 2 years. 4-28. So then we brought in Bill Parcells, and, within 2 years, he had us at 12-4 in the AFC Championship game. Come on, man. All right, we just gave up a hit. There's a man on first. Now it's first and second for Kansas City. Come on, man. I mean, don't start giving up runs. Don't start giving up runs. There's nobody out either, man. It's first, second, nobody out. Is this just like what the Royals are going to do? Like they're just going to step up and challenge us and give us all these problems because they're playing a top team? I mean, Cortez is as money as we have for our pitcher. That's our biggest no pressure. I mean, biggest high pressure guy, man. He's been an absolute find for us, man. Yeah, Rex Ryan was not good for you guys, man. He was good for us. He was good for the Jets in 09 and 10, man. He brought a ferocity. He had the players, a lot of which Eric Mangini brought in, and Rex got the, he lucked into the players that he got because he didn't draft any of them. He wasn't a part of that. Eric Mangini brought in Revis and a whole bunch of other guys, man. He wasn't a part of that. When Rex Ryan, when those guys were older and gone or traded or lost to free agency or something like that, then the real Rex came out. And we got guys like Dean Milliner out of Alabama. Supposed to be the most incredible cover cornerback, and all that guy was so bad that not only could he not do it on the Jets, he didn't even go to another NFL team. I don't know if he tried out for one, but he never made another NFL team. Our GM, John Idzig, man, I think he drafted 19 guys, and all of them are not in the NFL today. And that's just 6-7 years ago. None are in the NFL. What a bad – and then you guys took Rex Ryan and his brother Rob, right? Then you have – Rob was the defensive coordinator. Didn't they both fire them both at the same time? Just get out of here. Just get out of here. The biggest thing Rex Ryan did was keep the Jets out of the playoffs when we were 10-5. And we had Ryan Fitzpatrick. And we had Buffalo in the last game. You guys were well done. We had Buffalo in the last game. We had all you do is win, and we were in. And, of course, the Jets lost. Of course we did. That's what we do. What we do. Let's go. Come on. Let's get some outs here. All right, that's going to be an out right there. I don't know if he's going to tag up on Carpenter. He doesn't really have much of an arm at this point. Yeah, I figured he would tag. That's not Judge throwing the ball from out there. Aaron Judge would have been – that guy would have never ran. Not on Judge's arm. He would have never tagged up on that. This guy, MJ Melendez, has an 8-game hitting streak for the Royals, hitting .333. Wow, that's pretty impressive. In the last 8 games, he's hitting .333. 4 doubles, a home run, 3 RBI. That's really good. I mean, I guess it must be tough to be on a team like the Royals. Baseball is hard without that salary cap, right? It's hard without the salary cap because you're just buried on a bad team. Oh, he's out. Come on. He's done. Good play, Floyd. Good play. He called that dude napping. This guy tried to break for home with the ball right in front of him. That was stupid. Yep. It was a contact play. The runner on third went on contact. Unfortunately, the ball went right toward him down the third base line, and he was out. Yep. Crazy. That was crazy. That was lucky, man. So we didn't give up a run. It's 2 outs now. They would have never gotten a double play off that anyway, so you might as well have just tagged him and then just hope for the best now. Because now it's back to first and second anyway. Yeah, that 1-0. Yeah, they're talking about the 1-0 game on Thursday, man. The Yankees just should not be having problems with this team. I've said it 1,000 times. You know, we're fans. We repeat ourselves a lot with the same stuff. What do you got here, Gunner? Yeah, isn't that weird? Pittsburgh's backups. It's like winning your in, and you couldn't even get it done, man. It's insane. 2004 was your quarterback. Was that Drew Bledsoe still in 04, or was that JP Lossman? Was it Bledsoe or Lossman? I don't think Bledsoe was still there in 04, right? Was he? I know you guys went through a string of bad quarterbacks, just like the Jets did, man. You got JP Lossman was terrible. I forget which one it is, but in 04, I'm thinking maybe Bledsoe. Was it? Let me know, Gunner. Let's go, Yankees. Hold on to this. Let's go. Oh, he just foul tipped that. He just foul tipped it. Yeah, you see that? The Red Sox are dead last, man. They're behind the Orioles. The Orioles are actually 2 games above 500 for the first time in I don't know how long, man. They've been on a crazy run. But don't feel bad, Gunnar, because the Jets do that too. They'd lose the backups. I mean, that's what we do. Look at the Yankees right now. They're having problems with a team. That's a bottom feeder, man. You know, I mean, today we should really have it under control today. We really should. We really should have this game under control. But I mean, Garrett Cole, we had to bail Garrett Cole last night. 3-0 lead going into the 6th inning, and you give up freaking 5 runs with 2 outs, mind you. It was 3-0 Yankees still with 2 outs. We give up five freaking runs. Big money Cole. He's a Red Sox punching bag. He never pitches well against them. Not that they matter this year, but I'm just saying in general. Can't win a wild card game last year, and yeah, I'm going to still harp on that. We got you and all this money that we pay you to be our #1 ace to help us get over the hump and into a World Series, and you can't freaking beat. You can't come out for 1 game against a team that we're definitely better than. Even last year, we were better than them. But he got rocked in the first inning. He didn't even make it interesting. Red Sox got him out in 1 inning. Insane. But that's what happens, man, when you have this type of thing going on. You're the New York Yankees and you have shaky pitching. The back end of your rotation is shaky. Nasty Nesta is our greatest pitcher. Severino has pitched well. I know he's injured right now. He has pitched well this year. But the guy had been injured the last 2 years, and the Yankees rely on him to be one of our top pitchers instead of going out and getting people. This can really hurt us in the playoffs. Montgomery, Tyon, and Herman, you don't know what you're getting out of those guys. From one start to the next, you don't know what you're getting from these guys. They're going to be lights out, or they're going to get their lights blown out. It just, you don't know. You just don't know with these pitchers, man. And it's the Yankees. It shouldn't be like this. You're freaking New York Yankees, man. You should not have problems with pitching. Right now, they're showing a picture of George Steinbrenner. You know what? You know what would have been on our team? Max Scherzer would have been a Yankee. Francisco Lindor would have been a Yankee. And all the Met fans that hated George Steinbrenner and the Yankees, and you guys buy your players, and you guys, the other teams for that matter too. Guess what? The Mets now have Steve Cohen, the billionaire, and he's a fan of the team, and he's buying the players, and all the Met fans love it now. Anybody would love it. I don't even hate the Mets. I like the Mets a lot. I grew up in a New York Mets household. I say that a lot. So I'm just saying, you guys have the owner that the Yankees had for years and won championships with because he cared about the team. Steinbrenner cared about the Yankees. He cared about his team, his investment, and now the Mets have that, and the Met fans love it. Like Lou, my co-host Lou. Lou's a Met fan. He's a big Met fan, and he even admitted, he laughs at that all the time. He's like, yeah, now that we got an owner like that, we love it. Of course you do. How could you not? They just hate on the Yankees. And by the way, the Dodgers are the ones buying all the players now. The buying players thing's ridiculous because every sport does it. All the teams should do it. And in baseball, the Yankees are the only ones that are ever hated for it. It's weird when the Red Sox do it, win a World Series. Oh, look at that. That's great. You think they won the World Series with people out of their farm system? Look at their lineup. They do the same thing. The Mets do it. Everybody, Dodgers do it. Everybody buys players. That's like a really dumb thing to say nowadays. Yo, Lockport, what's up, man? I am so pumped up for SummerSlam tonight, brother. I can't wait. I am going to be on here. Like I said yesterday, I wasn't even going to do the live stream for the Yankees today. And then I said, you know what? I'm watching the game anyway. I might as well come on. I wasn't planning on coming on, brother, but I am pumped up for tonight, man. I am pumped up. I cannot wait to get SummerSlam going. That is going to be a fun event tonight. No doubt. It was Bledsoe, Gunnar. I was right on that, right? It was Bledsoe. I thought so because JP Lossman, I don't even think you guys were anywhere near the playoffs with that guy as a quarterback, right? It had to have been Bledsoe because the Jets had Chad Pennington then. That's when we had that was our last great drafted quarterback was Chad Pennington. Good stuff, Trevino. Good stuff. Yeah, he's our one and done pitcher, Lockport. He's one and done. Yep. And you know what? Cole is not one and done. Cole can't even hold leads against the Orioles his last start or the Royals. You can't hold leads, 3-0 leads, and you get bombed. It's disgusting. I know we've won the last 2 games, guys. I know we have, but it just hasn't been Yankee style. And without the Kansas City's infield giving all those errors last night in that 8th inning, we would have, I mean, a real team, we would have been, all those groundouts would have been outs, not errors and missed throws and the pitchers walking in people. We'll take it. We'll take it. I'm just saying. The Yankees have been flat lately. But we'll take it, if that makes sense. Yeah, 17 years, Lockport. Now, this is what you guys, Bills Mafia, educated me on, because I thought I was half right on my answer. When I did a Bills video, I think when I did the highlight of the tailgating for you guys, that exciting Bills Mafia tailgating, I'd love to get to Buffalo to see that. I'm serious. I really am seriously considering coming up there for that game, with the Jets. But I thought Tyrod Taylor not only was the first quarterback to bring you guys to the playoffs, I also thought he was the first one to win a playoff game also. So I was half right. Tyrod is the first one to bring him there after 17 years. And what's his name? Josh Allen was the one that actually won. So you guys corrected me on that. But I was half right, damn it. I was half right. Tyrod was the first one to bring you there. So I was half right. Yeah, I remember that Rob Johnson, Doug Flutie thing, dude. I remember that. Who can forget that? Freaking Doug Flutie. How do you bench that guy for Rob Johnson? It changes the whole. I mean, they're 2 different style quarterbacks altogether. So the line itself has to adjust. The line itself has to adjust to the style of quarterback it is. Now, was that Wade Phillips or was that Ralph Wilson? Who made the decision to pull Flutie for Rob Johnson? Was it Phillips or was it? Because I get different. I don't know who it was. Someone had to answer for that. Because as I understood it, most Bills fans that I talked to on here that I know, a lot of Bills fans love Wade Phillips. They liked him. So that sounds to me like he wasn't the one that made the decision. That was awful. Oh my gosh. That's why Bills and Jets fans can unite, because we wouldn't have done it any better, man. That's the type of thing we would do. Yeah, he did that. Remember that pooch punt he did? That drop kick punt for the field goal? That was funny. I remember that too. But yeah, he won a Super Bowl as a backup quarterback, but technically he did. Flutie did his thing, man. I mean, he did his thing after he left playing for the Bears and the Patriots early in his career. Then he went to the CFL, and then he came back and played. He played great for Buffalo, and then I think the Chargers after that, or whatever it was. Ralph made the call. Okay. Oh, yeah, there you go. Hey, Lockport Gunner, he's a Bills Mafia guy in here also. You 2 guys are my Bills Mafia guys right there. I have a whole bunch of you guys that follow me, man. I love it. Get a lot of support from Bills Mafia, man. I really do. I appreciate you guys. Because we've been through it as fans for our NFL teams, man. We have been through it. And now you guys, like I complained about the Yankees. You guys have first place problems now too with the Bills. The Yankees haven't been to a World Series in forever. You guys haven't won a Super Bowl yet or been to one in forever. So now, but it's nice having first place problems, right? Instead of last place. I still have the last place problem with the Jets and the Knicks, even though the Knicks aren't in last anymore. I'm just saying, you get the point. He did finish his career in New England. I couldn't remember if he went to New England and then the Chargers, or the Chargers and then New England. So okay, he did finish there. All right. Yeah, then after that, you guys had a string of bad quarterbacks. Wow. I mean, I'm not making fun. I mean, we had Sanchez, who, believe it or not, it was 34-30 as a Jets quarterback, but he's just not remembered for doing anything. He's remembered for being benefited by great defenses. Thomas Jones at running back. LaDainian Tomlinson, he had a running back for a little bit. I mean, there were some benefits he had. And he had a great line at the time. Then we had Geno Smith. Somehow Geno Smith, is he going to be the starter for the Seahawks this year? Geno Smith was after Sanchez and then Darnold. Then we had Josh McCown, veteran, playing for a little while. And then we had Ryan Fitzpatrick, who was, made us look pretty good for 1 year there around 2015. Then, then we drafted Darnold after that. And then now we have Zach. Zach's the next man up. Another one for Judge. Is that gone? That's gone. Another one. Aaron Judge is killing it this year, man. He is killing it. 2-run homer. That's like his 11th home run in the last 12 games. Aaron Judge is freaking monstrous, man. 42nd of the year. That may have just put him ahead of Babe Ruth for the quickest to 42 of all time. I don't know. I mean, this is 102nd game. Now has 42 home runs. This guy is out of this world, man. They better pay this man. They had better pay this man. Wow. Aaron Judge is just killing it this season. Killing it. He's making the Yankees pay by not paying. It's his 200th career home run, man. 42 this year. He's done 42 in 102 games. I know in 101 yesterday he was tied with Babe Ruth for the quickest for that amount of home runs in that amount of games. Now today I don't know. I mean, it seemed like Ruth hit a home run every day too, right? He is murdering the ball. He is unconscious. He's right. Gunnar, what do you yeah, 16 different ones. I mean, when we think about it, man, like your last real Hall of Fame great quarterback was Jim Kelly. Ours was Joe Namath. How long ago was that? We've had a couple of good quarterbacks since Joe Namath. But drafted Ken O'Brien. I don't know how, if you guys are old enough to remember Ken O'Brien. Ken O'Brien was a great quarterback for the Jets. All he's ever remembered for is they didn't take Dan Marino. They took Ken O'Brien instead because the Miami had the next pick and took Dan Marino. There's a whole lot of other NFL teams that passed on Dan Marino before the Jets didn't draft him either. Ken O'Brien, if you look at his numbers, the guy was a solid quarterback for us. He was really good. He took us to the playoffs. Yes, if Dan Marino was on that particular Jets team with the sack exchange, with Freeman McNeil as your running back, Wesley Walker, Al Toon was your wide receivers, they would have won Super Bowls with Dan Marino. And that's the anger that people have toward Ken O'Brien. And Ken O'Brien himself says, I would have booed the pick too. I mean, you had Dan Marino sitting there. There's some dumb reason the Jets didn't take him. Like they heard Dan Marino was a partier in his senior year of college. Like, whoop-de-doo. It was really some weird thing why the Jets didn't take him. Same reason they didn't take Warren Sapp. They took this guy, Kyle Brady. Who? Right. He was a tight end. They took instead of Warren Sapp because they found out Warren Sapp smoked a lot of weed in college, apparently. So the Jets, it's mind-blowing. So you as Bills fans and us Jets fans, that's why we unite. Screw the Dolphins, screw the Patriots. They haven't been through what we go through. It's unconscionable what our teams do. Yeah, got it. Okay, we can hang our hat on that. It is still better than the Bears. I mean, but I'm just talking drafted. Well, they still haven't had a 4,000-yard passer. That's right. We've had them. Testaverde, even though we didn't draft him, he was great for the Jets. What a team that was, man. But we find ways not to make the Super Bowl. Testaverde, Curtis Martin, Keyshawn Johnson, Wayne Corbett, Brian Cox on defense, Wilbur Marshall they got from the Bears over to the Jets on that with Bill Parcells. That was a team, man. We had a team. It's just weird things happen. We just don't win when we have teams. And Testaverde blows his Achilles out, and then we had Rick Meyer as a backup. Rick Meyer. He was so bad that we used the punter, Tom Tupa, to finish the game. I'm not, that's not even, well, he didn't even finish the whole game, but he played in the game. Tom Tupa. All right, that drops in for a hit. We got 4-0. This is the type of game, this is the type of afternoon we should have. This is fun. This is the type of afternoon we should have right here. A SummerSlam coming up tonight. If we should have a fun beat down right here, the Yankees of the Royals, and that's what it's looking like. 4-0. Nestor on the mound. We should really wrap this up pretty fast. You know. So this is fun. Oh, Fitz Magic. Yeah. United. I knew what you meant. Fitzpatrick, man. I mean, the guy, what a journeyman quarterback, man. I think he officially retired, actually. But he held out on the Jets, and the Jets paid him all that money. And then he comes back the next year. He threw 6 interceptions against Kansas City. He had one of the worst seasons he had ever had. The weird thing with Fitzpatrick was he would go to a team, and he'd be great for the first year, right? For the first year and a half, and all of a sudden he fell off and became bad. Then he'd switch teams and become great again. It was weird. It didn't last long. It's like he got new Cinderella shoes every time he went to another team. Yeah, I agree with you, man. Logan Paul, and you got to respect it, though, man. You got to respect their vibe and the move, man. I'm not a Logan Paul fan either, but you got to respect it, man. You got to respect it. I don't like The Miz either. I find The Miz, I know he's been in wrestling a long time. I don't respect him either. I don't like The Miz. I just don't. I don't like his wrestling style. I don't like anything about him. So I hope Logan beats him too, man. I think since they just signed him, I bet you they do have him beat him. I bet you they do. You know? Logan's probably going to win that. I'm looking forward to Pat McAfee, man. Pat McAfee, Corbin, that's going to be fun. The Usos and the Prophets. Rey Mysterio, just seeing him still doing his thing is going to be great too, man. Yeah, it's true. Gunnar Fitzpatrick, that's what he does. It's really weird. He left the Jets, and I think went to the Bucks after that. He was like playing great for the Buccaneers, and then the next year he sucked. Then he goes to Miami, did really well with the Dolphins. It's just strange, man. Then he sucked, and then he never even played with Washington. I think he got hurt in the preseason last year for the year. I honestly think he retired, but I wouldn't be surprised if he sat out this year and then came back next year, or if a team has major injuries. I could see him getting called to play for somebody. Yeah. Bum ass Corbin. I love when McAfee does that on SmackDown. Bum ass Corbin. That's funny. What you got, Gunner? Oh, Frank Gore all day. Are you asking Frank Gore versus Le'Veon Bell? Like, who would I take? I'd take Frank Gore all day. He's just a solid, going to gain you those yards. Nothing flashy, nothing great. But overall, look at the careers, man. Le'Veon was a flash in the pan. There's a lot of running backs that are flash in the pans. Had a few solid good years, and then they just fall off. Remember Jamal Anderson for the Dirty Birds, for the Falcons. Is that gone? Oh, no, it's off the wall. Come on. All right, we got second and third now. Nobody out. Somehow the Royals are trying to stick around. This guy, Whit Merrifield, just got 1,000 hits. That's a pretty good, impressive start to his career. Well, I guess 1,000 hits wouldn't really be your start, but you guys know what I mean. So you're in the basement. That's what happens. Yeah, Jeff Jarrett is the freaking – who saw that coming, Lockport? Who saw that coming? When they were doing the guest referee, honestly, you know who I thought the guest ref was going to be, the mysterious ref, when they were promoting that all this time? I swear to you, man, I thought it was going to be Mick Foley. I thought Mick Foley was going to be the ref. I was trying to think about the box, besides Steve Austin or The Rock or anybody like that. I tried to reach back, and I was thinking Mick Foley, man, coming out as Mankind, or Cactus Jack, or well, he didn't really do Dude Love after a while, right? It was really like Cactus Jack and Mankind. But I thought Mick Foley, that was my guess. Yeah, that Uso, there's gonna be a lot of crap going on in that Uso Profits match, Lockport. There's gonna be a lot going on in that. There's gonna be a lot of stuff. That's gonna be a real fun match there. It's all, and by the way, what do you think about Theory, man? Theory could walk away with all the belts, man. If he gets it back from Lashley tonight, then cashes in the Money in the Bank on top of that, he could be walking around with a whole bunch of belts. I don't want to see that. I want to see Lashley keep the United States belt, man. That's the Theory is going to be a whole interesting thing tonight because they're moving. He's moving along in the WWE pretty fast. Ric Flair, yeah, this is going to be fun tonight, man. I can't wait. All right, let's go. Just struck out, got second and third. Like I said, this is just like a fun warm-up, man. Like I wasn't going to do this today, but I've been enjoying coming on here, enjoying building this channel. I don't care if there's 1,000 people or 3 people in the chat. You guys are making this fun for me, man. That's what it's all about. We're fans talking to fans. That's it. This channel's building. It's definitely building. We're emerging from the depths. Basement mentality. Got to always fight. Got to always fight out of the basement, man. You got to fight for what you want. It's trial and error every day on this thing, man, and I love doing it, though. You guys right now, you're supporting me in the beginning. I'll always remember you no matter where this goes because I'm the same person I am that I'll always be. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. That's the short-term goal, and we're more than halfway there. More than halfway there right now. You guys hanging out with me, Gunner and Lockport. Gunner's been with me since the football season. I only started really rolling with this last November. And then I had a channel since 2011, but I never did anything with it till last November. And I just, kids, wife, everybody was pushing me to, start trying to channel, start going out there. I love talking about sports, so why not come on here and just fans to fans? This is what we do. This is what we do. It's gaining some ground, but I'm having fun on here. I'm glad you guys are with me every day. This is fun. I honestly thought Saturday afternoon, and I don't have a big following. I figured that, I might be doing this by myself. So Lockport, Gunner, you guys showing up. It's great. Anybody else that's new here, subscribe, bell notice, like button, comment, everything, man. Just do it all. We're just having fun on here. We can talk all the sports you want. We can talk the game, wrestling tonight. I can't get away from it, Lockport. I can't wait. I cannot wait for this match tonight. I can't wait for all the matches. The one I don't care about that much. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, Mick Foley would have been awesome, brother. It would have been awesome, Lockport. Gunner, that's such a great question, man. Thurman Thomas or Curtis Martin? I'm going to take Curtis Martin, and I know it sounds like I'm being biased. I'm not being biased. I'm just going on pure stats. Pure running back that he was. I know Thurman went to 4 Super Bowls, and he's a major reason that he went to 4 Super Bowls. Curtis Martin played on a lot of bad teams. A lot of bad teams. Yes, 98, they were great. But look, the years that he played with the Jets were mainly bad, really bad. And he gained 14,000 yards in 11 seasons, with at least 9 of them being on really bad teams. 8, I'd say, let's just say 8. So he got a lot of those hard pressed yards running up the middle without lines, with the other team knowing. No, oh my gosh. Perez hit one all the way to the wall, man, to the wall. You almost hit a 3-run shot. Thank goodness that it landed in the ballpark. But anyway, yeah, I would go with Curtis Martin, man, because you think about it, Thurman Thomas played on incredible teams, and you had Andre Reed and Jim Kelly, man, and James Lofton, right? You had Lofton, too, on that team. You had some real hardcore players, man, to worry about. Most of Curtis Martin's career with the Jets, you could just stack the box, man, because everybody and their mother knew that Curtis Martin was getting the ball, and he still got the yards. He still got the yards, man. So it sounds like I'm being biased. That's a real tough one, man. I'd go Curtis Martin. What about you? What's your opinion, man? Yep. Yep. You're right, man. There's no doubt about it. Thurman Thomas was the guy, man. He was the guy in the 90s. There's no question about it. Thurman Thomas was yeah, and he had great hands out of the backfield. You're right, Gunnar. I mean, that's why it's a hard question. It's a hard question when you really think about it, man. It's tough. And a lot of those Buffalo Bill players from that era, all they're remembered for is losing 4 Super Bowls. Bruce Smith doesn't even get the recognition that he should get, man. Bruce Smith is just as dominant as Reggie White. And people are like, oh, no. Yes, he was just as dominant a defensive end as Reggie White, man, but you don't hear Bruce Smith's name hardly at all. Thurman Thomas should be mentioned a hell of a lot more, but these guys are remembered as, oh, well, they lost 4 Super Bowls. Jim Kelly, this Buffalo Bills offense, they were one of the first ones to run I think they were the first one to run the hurry-up offense, the 2-minute offense. They ran it the whole game. Nobody knew how to stop it. Jim Kelly's one of the greatest quarterbacks in the NFL history. But these guys don't get mentioned because people are like, oh, they lost 4 in a row. They went to 4 Super Bowls in a row. It's really crazy. And they ran into teams that were just like the Cowboys. These teams were just better. Look at John Elway early in his career. He ran into the Giants with Lawrence Taylor and them, ran into Joe Montana and the 49ers. I mean, he ran into teams that were buzzsaws, man. Until he got a team, it was hard to win against some of these NFC teams that were just so dominant. Yeah, Steve Tasker, man, it's great. Yeah, you got Steve Tasker was awesome, man. The Bills are just remembered. It's so wrong, but that's what they're remembered for. They're remembered for 4 Super Bowl losses, man. But it's like they made 4 Super Bowls in a row. Marv Levy should be considered an all-time great. He really is an all-time great coach. It's just incredible. It's like the ring thing with football. It's a ring thing. Well, who has most rings? Who has more rings? Well, Trent Dilfer has a Super Bowl ring, and Dan Marino doesn't. Who are you taking? I mean, the ring conversation works to a point. You know, like, who's a great coach? Well, he lost 4 Super Bowls. Marv Levy lost 4. Okay, but he made 4 in a row. Look at the teams he ran into. And they really should have beaten the Giants that year. That wasn't even the better Giants were in the 80s. That was a late 90s, early 90s team, but a lot of the players were older on that 90 Giants team. I really thought the Bills were going to beat the Redskins the next year. But the Cowboys were just a machine at that time. So those 2 losses didn't surprise me. But the Giants and the Redskins at the time, those are the 2 teams I thought Buffalo could have beaten. But the Cowboys, Troy Aikman and them, that was just a machine, man. That was just anybody would have lost to them. He does. McCoy has 2 rings without playing it down. Isn't that funny? Yep. Bubby Brister, too. Bubby Brister has 2 rings without playing. Bernie Kosar has a ring. With the Cowboys, back up on the Cowboys. Like we said earlier, Doug Flutie has a ring. He didn't play. Unless he played in garbage time in one of the games. I don't remember. But Dan Marino doesn't have a ring, and you never hear Dan Marino's name mentioned in the greatest quarterbacks of all time because he doesn't have a ring. It's insanity. It's insanity. Yeah, LaShawn McCoy has 2 rings, and Walter Payton. Oh no, Walter Payton has 1. Barry Sanders has none. So who are you taking? It's amazing, right? And these guys, Barry Sanders and Walter Payton, they got yardage on teams that were bad. Walter Payton played on some bad Bears teams until toward the end of his career is when the Bears got great. Payton played on some horrendous Bears teams. And Barry Sanders obviously played for the Lions. There wasn't many great days there, but these guys, they knew they were getting the ball and they ran it. Defense couldn't do anything about it. 4-1 now, bottom of the third. I think we're just going to move along in this game. I think this game's just going to move along. Robert Saleh, you know what? You know how I'll answer that, Lockport? Robert Saleh now has a team to work with. How about that? The jury's still out on him. I think he'll be on the hot seat if the Jets. I don't think he has a playoff mandatory season right now. He will next year. The team he has right now, if he wins 3 games or 4 games, he will be fired. I guarantee you, he will be fired. If he wins 7 to 9 games and they're competitive or, in the hunt in the playoffs by Thanksgiving, or they play some meaningful games in December and don't make the playoffs, he'll be fine. Let's see what Robert Saleh can do with a team now. Joe Douglas has given him a team. He's given him a team now. Douglas told all the Jet fans to be patient, which we hate hearing. He's going to break the team down and build it back up. Well, now it's built back up. We got a hell of a defense, a hell of an offensive line. We got young weapons on offense. Zach has no excuse anymore. You got the pieces in place. If Robert Saleh can't coach this team to be competitive to 7 to 9 wins this season, he should be gone. But I don't think he's starting the season on the hot seat. No. Does that make sense? I just want to see it translate to the field when it comes to the Jets, man. That's what I want to see, Lockport. I've seen these, any long-time Jets, I've seen these movies before. Great this, great that, great signings. Remember, we got Kelechi Asomali on the line. We got Le'Veon Bell, man. Tremaine Johnson is our cornerback. The Jets are on the rise. Yeah, I've seen this movie before. Then we go out and lose to the Buffalo Bills, who had Matt Barkley as their quarterback. Matt Barkley. And a wide receiver that came off the practice squad was smoking Tremaine Johnson, man. Matt Barkley was on like the street walking around. They signed him, the Bills signed him, and he torched the Jets. I mean, this was our big year that year. That's why I said, let's just see what translates to the field, man. I've seen the movie plenty of times. Same one. Oh, man, this is going to be a lot of fun. Just looking down here at the wrestling notices I'm getting for tonight. This guy Heasley's still pitching on the mound, man. He's got like 65 pitches already in the bottom of the third inning. He's 1-5 with a 5.8 ERA. This guy is trash. Trash. What about Juan Soto, guys? Where's he going? Where do you guys think he's going? Think the Yankees going to make a run at him? If they make a run at him, I don't think they're going to keep Judge. If the Yankees start making a real honest run at Juan Soto, like you really feel it's going to happen, I don't think the Yankees will keep Judge then. And that's Judge is 30 years old. I know next year he'll be 31. Soto's only 23. Would you make that deal? Would you sign Soto and give up Judge right now? He's only 23. Give up a lot of prospect. The prospect thing that other people talk about. Oh, you don't want to give up all these prospects. Dude, Soto is 23. He's an established superstar in this game. You give up prospects for a guy like that. I'm just saying, if the Yankees sign Soto, there's no way they're going to keep Judge. Do you think that'd be a good move or not? Yeah, Brian Flores, man, interesting. He gets fired, man. He went like, didn't they start the year last year like 1-7, and they finished? They do 1-7, or they 1-6 and finished 9-7, and just missed the playoffs. And they went on some like crazy streak after that, some crazy streak, and he got fired. I I don't think the Jets coming out the box are expected to beat Buffalo both times, but beat the Patriots. The Patriots are not a strong team this year. They're not a strong team. They had a bad draft. They lost a lot of players. The Jets should beat them both times. Both times. The Dolphins, I'm kind of wondering about them. Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill said that Tua is a better quarterback, makes better passes than Mahomes. Something along those lines where he kind of indicated that he thinks Tua is better than Mahomes. Is that just hate? Because I don't know where you get that from. Maybe it's just, trying to get on the good side of the team. Rick, what's up, man? Welcome, Rick. As I was telling Gunnar and Lockport, I wasn't even planning on doing this today. I'm doing the SummerSlam wrestling tonight. I just figured, you know what? I'm watching the game. I might as well do it. I appreciate you stopping in, man. And, yeah, I think Judge is good as gone if they get Soto. Do you like that? Do you like that move? I mean, age-wise, it may make sense to get Soto and pay him and not Judge. But on the same hand, this is my thing when it comes to this. Can he play in New York? Can you play in a high-pressure situation? Not, as you know, not every star comes to New York or to Boston or to Philly and in these big market cities and makes a big splash. So some guys come over and just can't get it done. They just can't get it done. So that's the problem I would have. Judge is already established with the fans. He's great with the organization. He's a great face of the organization. The teammates love him. The guy kills the ball. What if Soto came here and just didn't do it? He plays for the Nationals. Like, I wasn't going to, Rick. I really was. This was such a last-second decision. I wasn't going to stream because I'm streaming tonight. I'm streaming wrestling tonight, and I figured, Saturday afternoon, I was going to do other thing, and then I'm like, hey, you know what? I ended up able to watch the game, and I'm like, screw it, I'm going to do it. I just started live streaming on this channel, so I'm just still doing it, man. I'm still building it, and I appreciate all you guys being here with me. I really do. It's the basement mentality, man. Emerge from the depths, fighting out of the basement, man. Trying to get to 1,000 subs and enjoying you guys, man. It's a channel for fans. I say it all the time. I'm just a fan speaking to fans. I'm not on here trying to be something that I'm not. You guys get what you see. This is how I am, even if you saw me out somewhere watching a game. This is how I am. I love talking sports with other people that love talking sports, and that's just it. But, yeah, it's just a matter of Soto can play in New York, man. It's a big chance. I know the age difference is in favor of Soto, but, it's just a matter of oh, that's a hit. That's a hit. It's just a matter of it's a big risk, I think. I was saying yesterday with Anthony Rizzo. Anthony Rizzo proved last year he can play in New York. Would we know if Freeman could play here? Look at the problems. He was having some personal issues with the Dodgers, right? Never wanted to leave the Braves or whatever that story was. Matt Olson, can these guys play in a New York situation? I don't think the Dodgers fan base gives the same pressure that a Boston fan base, a New York or a Philly fan base gives. I don't think they do. I remember when Mike Piazza went to the Padres, man, he said it was totally different over there. If you strike out or you, in a pressure situation, like the media doesn't crush you over there for it. It's just like, oh, man, you'll get it tomorrow, whatever. It's more relaxed. We're not like that out here. You don't have much of a ground. Look at Stan. Stan came from Miami. There's no pressure there. And he came to New York. I mean, by his second or third week, he's striking out a lot when he first came to the Yankees. They were booing him in the on-deck circle. And it was still like, the second or third week of April. He even said it, man. He realized right then and there that this is a whole different talk show over here. And he's stepped it up since then. He's stepped it up a lot. So it's a big transition, I think, for some players. It's a tough one, man, because I was saying yesterday with Garrett Cole and not comparing to Randy Johnson in their careers, just their careers as a Yankee. Their numbers look great, but these guys just don't. Cole, can we say he's had the pressure with Houston and winning World Series? Yeah, but over here he has more pressure, and he's not getting it done. To get bombed by the Royals up 3-0, You give up 5 with 2 outs against the Royals? That's disgraceful, man. It's shameful. And he did it against the Orioles, who have been playing better baseball, by the way. The Orioles are definitely playing better ball lately. They're 51-49. God bless them. They are looking at Boston in the basement, and they're not for once. But still, he blew it against a team that's normally in the cellar. I just can big-time player. Not every big-time player can come here and win. Yep, looks good so far. Welcome, Nicholas. Welcome, man. Welcome, brother. We're all sitting here, regular people in this chat room with you, man. Yep. Bell notice, hit the subscribe button, the like button, and comment, please. We're on our way, working to 1,000 subscribers, man. I live stream a lot. I have a co-host on occasionally with Lou Talks. He's a big Mets fan. He's actually at the Miami Marlins Mets game. He's going today. So he'll probably going to pop in on the wrestling tonight. So it's cool to be on here with you guys, man. I appreciate it. So, yeah, it's looking good so far today. But, you know, this is the way it should look every day. We shouldn't have been, Nicholas, we shouldn't have been sweating out game 1 and game 2 against the Royals the last 2 days. And thank heavens that Kansas City's infield is a trash show, because without that, those groundouts we had in the 8th inning last night that turned into errors, 6 of those 8 runs we got in the 8th inning were unearned. They were walking guys in. After that rain delay, it's like the true Kansas City Royals came out. Their true colors showed, and we thank them for it because we needed that lift. But after losing 2 to the Mets, we shouldn't come out against a dumpster fire team. We should have been killing them every game. And now we are. Except now they're getting hits. Yep. Now it's 4-2. Now it's 4-2. Cortez is our biggest money guy. There's no doubt about it. He's our biggest money guy. Not Cole. I hope at the trade deadline the Yankees could trade for like another starter, man. Severino. I mean, is he going to be hurt, come back, and get hurt again? But I don't know how reliable he is. He's been pitching really well this year after not pitching for 2 years. You guys already know what I'm going to say. Gunnar, Rick, you guys have been with me. You already know it. The back end of the rotation is a train wreck. It's just an unreliable train wreck. It's not good. Yep, not good. So it's 4-2 now. There's first and second. 1 out. It's 1 out. I got to watch this. I'm used to listening to the Yankee announcers, man. You know, I get the package, man, and got to listen to Kansas City's announcers. For some reason, I can't get it on the other one with Michael Kay and Paul O'Neill and everybody. So I'm listening to the Royals announcers, and it's not the same. I'm being biased there, man. It's not the same. I like listening to the same guys. I hate the pickoff move to second. I always picture the ball. I don't care who's throwing it. I always picture the ball going to the outfield and just a more of a mess start. But yeah, man, it's no, they did almost get him though. But we just need to get out of this inning. Come on, let's go. There you go, double play right here. Boom, boom. DJ, double play. Rizzo has the day off. If you weren't aware, Rizzo is off today. And hopefully we don't need him for a pinch hit situation. You know, we're up 4-2. And we should we should wrap this up pretty fast today. You would think, you'd hope so. What do you guys think about who do you think is gonna be the team that doesn't come through expectations in the NFL? Do you think the Rams and the Bengals are going to make it back as far as they made it this year, last year? Are the Bengals just a one-year team? Are they just going to be a one-year team? Are the Rams, are they really going to do it again? Or is it going to be the Buccaneers? Again, now that they got Julio Jones, I know he's older, but he's with Tom Brady now. So it's a whole, you know, he had some say in that. You know he did. I'm just curious to see if the Bengals are going to be around again this year. Who's going to fall off the map? Who's going to be the surprise? Is Zach Wilson really going to do it, or Trevor Lawrence, or Justin Fields? Which one of those three? They all were bad their first year, but they were all on bad teams. You know, they were all on bad teams. So I don't know. Well, you know, it's crazy, man. It's going to be a crazy NFL season. We're going to be doing a lot of that this year too. I'm looking so forward to football being back, doing the live games on here. You guys think I freak out on here over a first place team? What do you see me with the Jets? Well, some of you guys have seen me already. Gunner's definitely seen it. Gunner's seen it for sure, man. The Yankees right now, though, they have to win the World Series. They have to win the World Series. There's no short of that, because if they don't do it this year, I don't know when they're going to do it. But yeah, I'm curious to see about what this upcoming season has, and the pros and the analysts and all that. You watch some of these shows, and just after a while, you realize a lot of them are scripted, and sometimes you feel like people are saying things because they have to say it a certain way. It's not. That's why we come on here. We're just fans talking to fans. We're just giving fan perspectives. It's not being well, I was going to say not biased, but I guess we're biased on some things, but not scripted, just not going with the norm all the time. Like the way they kissed Mac Jones' ass last year. It's like, dude, the guy went on a 7-game win streak against doormats. They were mainly doormats, including the Jets. I mean, his teams he was beating up on. Calling him the next Tom Brady. I think it's because they have to kiss Belichick and Nick Saban's ass. I think that's really what it is. So they're saying this guy's going to be this, going to be the next Brady. He's going to throw for 5,000 yards this year. He's going to do all that. Dude, he lost Josh McDaniels. That's huge. He's got Joe Judge now doing the offensive calling, or whatever mess they're going to have over there. The Jets should finish in front of them. Just finish in front of them, win 7 to 9 games. Yeah. Mac Jones for MVP. That's right. Yeah, right. Mac Jones for MVP. We'll see. It'll be LVP this year. Think about that. They compared him to Tom Brady. This is how delusional Patriot fans are. They compare him to Tom Brady when he's beating up on the doormats of the NFL on that 7-game win streak. Just name me a time where Tom Brady had first place in the AFC East, and then went 1-4 down the stretch, and then only beating the Jaguars, by the way, that 1-4 stretch. The rest of them were the winning teams. And then in the playoffs, get your doors blown off in the very first round of the playoffs. First of all, Brady was never in the first round of the playoffs. He always had the bye week. That's for starters. When? So that's 1-5 down the stretch. So you lose first place, go 1-5 down the stretch. You only beat a doormat in the NFL, the Jaguars. That's it. You lost to everybody else along the way. Name me a time Brady did that. I'll wait. I will wait. And then you know what the Patriot fan said? Oh, he's a rookie, though. Come on, Mac Jones is a rookie, man. You can't say that. No. You can't have it both ways. He's not Brady now, and then when he loses, he's a rookie. Can't have it both ways. Right? It's too funny, Rick. You're right. It's true, though. You can't. And he says, well, he was the best rookie that came out. Well, he landed on the Patriots, man. Fields, Wilson, and Lawrence landed on the 3 jokes of the NFL, the Jets, Bears, and Jaguars. Give me a break. What if Jones landed on one of those teams? What would he be then? He'd be a laugh. The New York media would have crushed him. Zach Wilson has a more upside than Jones does. He just landed on the right team with the best coaching staff in football. But now you lost McDaniels. That's huge. I don't know. I can go on and on about that. Oh, man, wait till NFL starts. It's going to be on. It's going to be on. That's what I want. 7 to 9 wins for the Jets and finish ahead of the Patriots. That right there will make Salah a fan favorite. Want to do more than that? Great. But that's, I think, a reasonable expectation. All right, they got the Royals bullpen up. Again, this guy starting for the Royals is 1-5 as a starter with a 5.8 ERA. This guy is trash. We got 4 runs off him, but he's been kind of holding the fort since then. It's now 4-2. Trevino's up. This guy's been pretty good, man. We haven't had a real hit and catcher in a while. I mean, Higgy is a great defensive catcher, but I've been very impressed with the hitting. I think that's why they held on to that Gary Sanchez project forever. That guy was horrible behind home plate. Horrible. Just horrible. But whatever. When you're on the Yankees, you can absorb some of this. But Trevino is actually, he's been playing really well for the Yankees overall. It's a decent pickup, man. They got rid of the Gary Sanchez project. That's what the Yankees of lately. They hold on to guys too long, expecting them to break out and to be these great things. Greg Bird, Clint Frazier, Sanchez, before they realize, hey, man, the guy sucks. All three of them. You almost picked them off, man. Come on, guys, get some more runs. Let's go. Let's go. They beat up on this guy right away in the first inning. They beat up on again in the second inning, and he's held it down. That's only a 2-run lead now. I shouldn't even be nervous about this stuff. They should still be smacking this guy around. He's 1-5 with a 5.8 ERA. Give me a break. Oh, muff play. See, that's the benefit of playing the Royals. Routine throw from third to second, and the guy couldn't handle the ball. Couldn't handle it. Went right in the outfield. Now we got first and third, 1 out. We should be getting more runs on this. They couldn't even get the bottom of our order out. That was terrible, man. Routine ground to the third. Throws to second. He goes to close his glove, if you're not watching. Just as he goes to close his glove, the ball hits here and just ricocheted out in the outfield. The throw was on point. He just didn't catch it. That's why they're the Royals. That's why we shouldn't struggle against teams like this. We'll take every win. We'll take them all. We'll take them all. Come on, DJ. And that's the bottom of the order. Now we got DJ up. Aaron Judge will be up next. I want home run. I want this game to be 15-2. That's what I want. That play was horrendous. DJ hit a leadoff home run today. That was nice. Yep. They just gave the Yankees an extra out. Yep. They're right. The announcer's saying this is straight bonus time, man. This is like the Yankees. That should have been a routine double play. Trevino's not fast, so they would have gotten it. So now we should get runs. We should make them pay for that. We should make them pay for sucking as a team. We did last night when they made all those errors in the there you go. DJ, man, right up the middle. So it's first and third again. Now it's 5-2 with 1 out. This is the way it should be. We shouldn't have been sweating out game 1-0 on Thursday and yesterday. We shouldn't have been sweating that out, man. This is the way it should be with Yankees. This right here, you're playing dumpster fire team. This is what you need to do. Make them pay for being a crap-ass team. There you go. Now Heasley's out. Now we get to the bullpen. Now we should be bombing them. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, Rick, I apologize, but who is your football team, man? If you told me already, bro, I forget. I'm not even going to, we're all honest here in the basement, man. I just forget. Who's your NFL team again, brother? I know my other guys on here, a lot of Bills Mafia, and I wasn't sure. I know you're I don't know. I don't know. I forget. If you told me, I forget, brother. I'm Jets. I think everybody knows that by now. But I wasn't sure who your NFL team was, man, because we're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff on here too. And live, Lou, my co-host, I don't think you've seen him on here yet, but he's a Giants fan. I'm a Jets fan. We're going to do a lot of Buffalo Bills stuff too because of the support the Bills Mafia gives me. I'm going to be doing a lot of Bills Mafia stuff, Bills games. I'm going to make sure I do those games too because I got so much support from Bills Mafia. We're definitely doing those games on here too. I mean, if the Jets and the Bills are playing at the same time but different teams, obviously I'm going to play my team. But when the Bills are on and the Jets are on at the same time, I'll be doing Bills games live. I promise you guys, I'm going to do that for sure. Oh, Rick, you're in the fire with me, man. You're a Jet. You are a Jet fan. Oh, brother. All right, man. Well, we get hyped up right now on first place problems. The Yankees are first place problems. So you feel the pain of the Jets, man. You do. Be honest. Did you tell me that before? Because I can't believe I would have forgotten that. But be honest. Did you tell me that before? I don't know how I would have forgotten that. I remember my Jet buddies. Wow. If I did, I apologize, brother. Jets fans, try driving a truck around the country wearing Jet gear because people look at you like you have 10 heads, man. They're like, who's a Jets fan? Seriously, go to like Wyoming or Utah, even Cali. They're like, Jet. I bought a New York Jets hat at a Circle K in Oakland, just outside of Oakland. And I walked in there. I was like, wow, you got a Jets hat. It was an old style Jets from the Curtis Martin era. I took the hat and I went to buy it. The guy stared at me. He's like, do you know how long that hat has been up there? I was like, no. He's like, it was all Raiders and 49ers, and things like that on the rack. And he said that Jet one just came with the package. He's like, that thing's been sitting up there for like 10 months. We wondered who would be the first person to buy that. I'm like, well, you got it. He's like, where are you from? I said, New York. I said, he's like, but aren't you guys all Giants fans out there? I said, not me. I'm a Jet fan. He told me, he's like, I never met a Jet fan before. I'm like, we exist. We exist. There are people out here that like to punish themselves. Judge, man, if Judge hits another home run right now, if he hits a 3-run shot right now, this will be amazing. This will be unconscionable. Unconscionable. That's a word, right? Who knows? We're in the basement. Who cares? You guys know what I mean. Come on, Aaron. Do it, man. He's making Kansas City pay for that bad game he had against Scherzer. But that's understandable. When Met fans make fun of Aaron Judge, it's like, it was Max Scherzer. It's not like it's some bum that shut him down. So that's not even how is that a bad thing? Oh, man, Scherzer babied him, man. It's Max Scherzer. He does that to a lot of great hitters, man. There's no shame in that. There's no shame in that. So I don't understand the clowning and the joking, man. There's no shame in that, man. How many other great hitters does Max Scherzer shut down over his career? All right. We'll see what happens in the Bronx, man. But give me a break, man. The guy's a legendary pitcher. All right, Rick, we're good, man. We're good. I'll never forget it now, brother. We're good. We're good. Hey, I'm a 4 decades Jet fan, brother. How smart could I be, right? I've been a Jet fan for like 46 years, man. How smart could I be? So we're good, bro. We're good, man. Rick, we're good. That's great. All right, let's go, man. I want to see Aaron hit a 3-run bomb. I do. I want to see a 3-run bomb, man. Let's get it done. It's funny, man. How about the home run Judge robbed yesterday? Was that insane? I think his arm was all the way up to his elbow over that wall. He was like way up there, man. Is that insane or what? Absolutely incredible. All right, he walked him. All right, bases loaded, 1 out. Let's go. Keep punishing this team. Keep punishing them. Keep punishing them. All right, got Benintendi up, guys. He started at 320 when we got him. He's at 315 now. He's 1 for 7 with the Yankees with 1 RBI. He'll come around. I'm not worried about him. Again, he's played in a big market. He played in Boston, so he's used to the pressure, man. The pressure of a big city. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried about any of that other stuff I say about other players. Let's go, man. Let's go, Ed. Let's go. Boy, Red Sox fans really hate that Benintendi plays for the Yankees. They hate it. He didn't come right from the Red Sox to here. I mean, because Johnny Damon, I guess, and Ellsbury was a train wreck here. But at the time, they didn't like that either. Ellsbury was good for the Sox, but not so good for us. He didn't even play. He was still on the payroll. He was almost a Bobby Bonilla, right? He was still on the payroll a few years later. Like, who knew he was even still on a team? Crazy. Crazy. Is that going to drop in? Is that going to drop? Oh, he caught it. Did he tag? He's in. Man, Benintendi hit this fly ball right down the third base line. Give all the credit in the world to the KC outfielder. What's his name? Dozier. He hustled, man. He ran his ass off. That's what I like seeing on a bad team, and the guy's still hustling, man. He sprinted. He catches the ball, and Trevino tagged up and made it home anyway. There was no way he was going to get him. I like seeing guys that are still hustling, even if you're on a bad team. Maybe it's because he's auditioning to get off the team at the trade deadline, which is August 2nd. So maybe he's auditioning to get the hell off Kansas City, right? All right, so we're up 6-2. This is normal. This is what we're talking about, man. This is what we should be seeing. Guys on base, and we're getting them home. We're not relying totally on the home run in this game today. Thank goodness, man. Guys are getting on base. We're knocking them around. That's what we need to do to get to the next level. Oh, that was one of those pitches Glaber just took. You see it like it had this nice little slider that came right. It's like it looked like he swung right through it, like his bat was a Swiss cheese, man. It looked like he was going to nail that one. Oh, then he looks at the next pitch, it's the same thing, man, right in the strike zone. Come on, Glaber. I'll take the sack fly too all day, brother. Rick, I'll take that all day, man. It was a nice play, man. I give credit where it's due, man. That guy Dozier hustled for that, man. And all right, he struck out Glaber. All right, we more like it, guys. We got 6 hits. We got 6 runs. This is more like it. This is more like it. This is the Yankees that we know. And yeah, it's against a bad team, but this is the punishment that we should be giving out every week. Hey, I didn't mean to change the channel. Hold on, guys. All right, I think we're back on track. Oh, yeah, pick up the remote. It changes the channel. I didn't even hit anything. So, yeah, this is where we should be, man. We get a layup series. This is what we should be doing. Benintendi now has 2 RBIs, got the sack fly. That's funny. That's one of those kind of balls, had it landed. No one can really run on that because you don't know what's going to happen. But now Cortez should come out. 1, 2, 3. Let's get this game moving, man. We're going on to the 5th inning now. This game will be over pretty fast. So, again, they just showed you watching this? He's showing Chapman 106 mile an hour when he set the record. What's up with Chapman now, man? They don't know where to put this guy. They're trying him in the 6th inning. They're trying him in the 7th inning. I mean, without Chad Green and without Michael King, where do you put this guy? They got to figure something out before the playoffs. Obviously, he's not our closer anymore. Can he be the setup man? Can you put him in the 8th? Can he be the setup? Because he can't pitch multiple innings. I mean, Chad Green and Michael King were guys that were long relievers, man. They or middle, they could do 2-3 innings. Chapman can't do 2-3 innings. So bringing him in the 6th inning is almost like a waste because you only pitch him for 1 inning and then you take him out. I'm curious to see if you put him in the 8th inning and try him as a setup. Try him as a setup man. You need to replace the middle relievers, man, because we don't have any. I mean, Wandy Peralta's good, but I notice they like to use Wandy more in the 7th and 8th innings than they do in the earlier innings. Abreu, man, is all over the place, man. Abreu's all over the place. So I don't know. Our bullpen's a little shaky right now. It's definitely shaky, man. They're gonna have to make some additions here. Besides more bats, we definitely need more pitching. Bullpen, I'm talking about now. I've beaten the starting pitching to death already. All right, it's 1-2. Let's go. Cortez is up to 79 pitches already in the top of the 5th. All right, easy play for IKF. You're out. Oh, that guy Merrifield's faster than he looks, man. See, another guy that hustles out the box, man. Not every player hustles out the box in baseball. And they don't really get called out for it by managers, right? Not in the old days. In the old days, man, there were some managers that would lay into you if you weren't running balls out. They would just do it. I mean, I grew up with the Billy Martin era. This guy yelled at everybody, man. Billy Martin, like, dug into people if you weren't playing 100%. He even pulled Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson, he pulled out of a game out of right field because he didn't hustle at first base on the play before. I think he made the last out on that. And he let a rookie run out there and take Reggie Jackson out of the game. Imagine that. They argued in the dugout forever over that. They really went at it. But managers today, I don't think they call out the players like they used to in the past. More so than the other sports. You still have some fiery guys like John Tortorella, who's now the coach of the Philadelphia Flyers. I always liked Tortorella. I always did. He's a fiery guy, and a lot of veterans don't like him because he's old school, man. You ain't playing, he's going to let you know about it. He's going to bench you. He doesn't care what your name is. Tom Coughlin for the Giants, he was another one. But, I mean, a lot of them are dying breed now, and a lot of them, we don't get a lot of that anymore. I'm looking at the standings right now. Yeah, the Orioles are 51-49, so they're well in the wild card race. I wouldn't mind seeing the Orioles make the wild card. I have a big heart for teams that are bad, that have been bad for a long time, and they make a little bit of a run. The Orioles, that's great. You know what else is great about that? The Boston's in last now. That almost looks. So 85 pitches. I used to never pay attention to pitch counts, guys. I used to never pay attention to pitch counts. Never. I always lose my water bottle. I move around so much. I always lose it when I'm talking to you guys. Always. It's crazy. So, Rick, what are you calling for our Jets this year, man? Is 7-9 wins reasonable? 7-9 wins and finish ahead of the Patriots. If that happened this year and we didn't make the playoffs, would you be okay with that? Competitive, 7-9 wins and finish ahead of the Patriots. That sounds like a pretty good, you want to do more than that, great. But that's my prediction. That's my prediction. I think that's a reasonable prediction. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I would be, Rick. That would be fine with me. But if Robert Saleh comes out, I think Lockport, one of the other, or God, what I think it was Lockport. He asked, "Is Robert Saleh on the hot seat this year?" I don't think you were in the rooms when he asked that, man. Or Gunnar may have asked it, whatever. Robert Saleh, I don't think is on the hot seat right now. If the Jets come out and win 4 games this year, or they're not even in, let's say they're not even in the conversation in November, then I would think he's on the hot seat because this team is built to win it. This team's built to be very competitive this year. So I don't think he's on the hot seat at the moment. I don't think there's a playoff mandate for the mandatory for the Jets. But I would think he's on the hot seat come November if the Jets aren't even in the playoff conversation. Like they're not even in the hunt. That's the word. That's the term I'm looking for. Then I think you'd be on the hot seat. If the Jets want to finish with 3 or 4 wins again, he will be fired. Bring Sean Payton in. You think if the Jets win 7 to 9 games and it's super competitive and Sean Payton wants to come over and take the team over, see you later, Robert. A lot of people feel that Payton will come back and, you know, the Jets would be one of the teams that he would come to because of the offense that we have. And the capability of them going far. That would be amazing because then you know the Jets would be great. But, you know, like I said, Robert Saleh could end up being one of the next great coaches. He definitely has a great rapport with the team, unlike Adam Gase. But no, he's definitely not on the hot seat yet. But he can be. He definitely, now that Joe Douglas has done everything he said he would do, he's given everything to the coach. He's given everything to him. He's given everything to Zach Wilson. These two guys, both of them actually could be on the hot seat come November, depending on where we're at. All right, here we go. Bottom of the 5th inning, 6-2 Yankees. We should. Awesome. Only 2 hours into the game. I think the first Met game I was here for like over 4 hours because it was 6-3, but like every inning was like just action packed and filled with great stuff. I'd rather have that than that 1-0 snooze fest we were on here for. Me, Rick, Gunner. Boy, what 1-0. We were talking about everything, man. But that game was like, it felt like it was over. It was the quickest game I did this week, but it felt like it was the longest. All right, here we go with Donaldson. He's 0 for 2, strikeout line out. I don't care if they brought this guy back or not. I didn't really think they needed him to begin with. DJ could have played third base all year. But I guess you needed somebody for insurance, right? I just don't see him being back on the team next year. Justin, what's up, man? Welcome. Welcome, brother. Good to see you here, man. Sitting here watching the Yankees finally kick ass on a bad team that they should have been doing the last 2 games too. But again, thankfully they won them. But Judge again hit another one. Judge hit another one today. 11 home runs in the last 12 games. This guy is unconscious right now. It's ridiculous. 42 home runs already. I think that's the most ever in 102 games in Yankee history. That's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. Oh, Rick, that was punishment. I'm thank you for sitting through that game with me. And Gunner, Justin, a lot of guys sat. We said, oh, man, what a snooze fest. We were just short of talking about volleyball at that point, right? We talked about every sport, man, besides that game. Where Brady Singer was one hitting the Yankees. That was it. I was almost like, why did I live stream this game? But you guys made it fun. We made it interesting. We definitely made it interesting on here, man. That's what being fans is all about. We just kick it. We kick it about anything on here. Justin, man, we were talking a little bit about the Bills, man. There's a lot of Bills Mafia in here. Rick here is a Jet fan like myself. And John Donaldson struck out again. He's 0 for 3. Justin, is Buffalo winning the Super Bowl or what this year, man? I mean, who's stopping them? Who's stopping them is the question, man. They have to win the Super Bowl this year. They have to. It's like the Yankees. They have to win the World Series this year. Been too dominant. The dominant team in the league. You got to win the whole thing. That's just the way it is. All right, Carpenter's up. He's hitting 308 on the year. Incredible. I wonder if they're going to bring him back next year. Or is he just going to be like, you know, one last year in the tank for him and, you know, would he be pushing it, bringing it back another year? That's the question. But it's nice to find a guy like that. Yeah, Justin, I hear you, man. These are first place problems, man. Yankees, the Bills is first place problems. It's better than worrying about being in last and doing nothing, which you guys suffered through many years of that, being a Bills fan. I really thought about it, Justin. The Bills fans have actually had it worse than the Jet fans have in the last 20 years, besides us both getting the living crap beaten out of us by the Patriots, both teams. It's been harder to be a Bills fan than a Jets fan. That's not easy to do. So, yeah, you guys really deserve the win, man. I mean, you're the only team in the AFC East. The Bills is the only team in the AFC East that I don't mind. The Patriots and the Dolphins, they can kiss my ass. I don't like either one of those teams. Either one. I learned yesterday that the Astros they had been swept by the A's this year. I didn't even know that. When we thought the Yankees they could have dropped two had Kansas City not been so bad and making horrendous plays, man. We could have dropped two to them. But I did not know the A's had swept the Astros. That's like the A's are like the worst team in the American League, and they may be. I haven't checked everybody's record, but they may be the worst team in baseball. Are the A's the worst team in baseball? They probably are. They have nobody on that team. Carpenter just struck out. But if they cruise the rest of the game now, I'm fine with it. Doing SummerSlam tonight. This game can cruise along at this point. Doing a live stream day, and I'll be back on here tomorrow for the Yankees 1:30 game. I'll be here again tomorrow. I think they play at 1:30, don't they? Whatever the case, I'll be here. I'll be here with you guys. No doubt the Seahawks and Falcons handed them that, man. I give you that, brother. No doubt, especially the Seahawks not handing the ball off to Marshawn Lynch is an absolute joke. Absolute joke. That was disgusting. Hey, dropping the money, man. Deep in the money. Thanks for showing up, man. We appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notice. Hit the like button and comment, man. Well, you're commenting now. You're doing it in the chat. Johnny Basement, man. We do this here, man. We're just fans speaking to fans. We don't have the biggest chat, but we have great chats, man. We have great time in here. And yes, please tell me Nesta's coming out because we have been speaking about the Yankees not having the greatest bullpen with Chad Green and Michael King going down. That was huge. Huge losses, man. They really got to address that at the trade deadline right now. We need some more strength besides Wandy. And Wandy Peralta, that's the guy right now. But Nesta should be coming back out. I think he has about 75. I think he's up to 75 pitches. I'd like to see him go through the 6th and 7th inning. Isn't it crazy that we're playing the Royals deep in the money? I'm just going to call you money. We're playing the Royals, and we got to worry about our starter still coming out, Nesta, and not getting to the bullpen. Because you know what they're going to do? They're going to put Chapman in. They're going to put Chapman in this. If Nesta comes out here, then they're going to put Chapman in the 7th. He's going to pitch one of them, right? And then you can't. Abreu's all over the place. And we'll see. Abreu's definitely all over the place. So I don't know what they expect out of that dude. Marinaccio is good. Marinaccio's been pitching really well out of the pen. But making up for Chad Green is big, man. That's big. And just I hope the Yankees aren't going into the playoffs. The back of the rotation is shaky. Tyon, Montgomery, and Herman. We've been over that a few times. And our bullpen now is hurting. It's hurting. And they got to figure out what they're going to do with Chapman. So let's see what's up. We'll see what's up. But yeah, man, and Justin, I'll tell you another thing when you talk about Brady. You know what another big help to the Patriots was? When the Colts when the Peyton Manning and the Colts were removed from the AFC East after the 2002 season. Was it 2002? I think it was 2002. So them not matching up against Peyton Manning and the Colts twice a year, that definitely helped along their reign because they're winning all them divisions all those years in a row. Was it 12? I think it was 12 years in a row, 13 years in a row. It's because the Dolphins, the Jets, and the Bills all suck. They suck bad. The Jets were good once in a while. The Dolphins were good once in a while. But for the most part, consistently. Oh, see? I knew it. Chapman is in. Chapman is in. Chapman has a 5.2 ERA in 27 games. I just don't know. This guy fell off the map. He was our best closer. He was one of the best in the game. He's trying to reestablish himself, and the Yankees are just trying to find a spot for him, man. Just get through this inning. But he can't be a middle relief guy. He can't be a middle relief guy because he doesn't have the arm to go 2-3 innings like Chad Green and Michael King do. So what do you do with this guy? Could you make him 8th inning and make him a setup guy? Can you make him the setup guy? I think that's where I would try to start to use him. Because you're only going to get an inning out of him. Yeah, nail biter time for real, Rick. You're right. It is against the Royals. It's against the Royals, man. But we've shown it the last 2 games that we're having hard, that our pitching is a problem. This is a wake-up call for management to get the trade deadline is Tuesday. This is a wake-up call to management, man. We got to get something done. Even though we won those 2 games, this Royal series right now is proven that we need help with the pitching. We would have lost yesterday if Kansas City's infield not been as trash as they were, because those are routine grounders. So you always take any win you can take, man. But I'm just saying in general, this is something we got to fix, and fix immediately. This is very telling. Very telling, man. So let's see what Chapman can do. I think they've been consistently putting him in the 6th inning. So is this going to be a spot? And then what? All right, he's hitting the strike zone. He's hitting the strike zone. This guy is a definite nail biter, Rick. You're right, man. Definite nail biter time. You just don't know what to expect out of him. Strike him out. Come on, Ralda. Strike him out. This guy looked at a 100-mile-an-hour pitch, a little inside, but almost down the middle, man. How do you look at that? Probably because he expected Chapman to be wild. He looked good right there. Zach Britton, are they really relying on what Zach Britton's going to do when he comes back? He hasn't played since last season. Michael King, fractured elbow. Chad Green, Tommy John surgery. Those guys are done. Are they really going to let the trade deadline pass and rely on what Zach Britton might do when he comes back? Zach Britton wasn't doing that great before he got hurt. Is this what we're relying on? This is the problem that I have is the thinking with the Yankees. The batting order is there, for sure. But the pitching has been suspect, man, even at the beginning of the year. Garrett Cole showed last year that once he couldn't use that spite attack, that he wasn't this dominant pitcher out of Houston. But we still rely on him being the #1 guy. I tell you, this stuff bothers me, man. This bothers me going not to the regular season, but it bothers me going into the playoffs if they don't make some pitching move, especially to make up for the injuries in the bullpen. This series here should really put a red flag up that we need help. We need help. And Cole can't hold a freaking don't get me started. I'm getting myself started on this. Can't hold a freaking 3-0 lead over the pathetic Royals. 5 runs in 1 inning. Up, get that. All right, Chapman. Chapman's doing it, man. He's holding the fort. He's holding it down. If he can just be solid for us, man, make him the setup, man. Need middle relief. So who are they going to put in now? Marinaccio? I don't think he pitched yesterday. They're going to put him in next. Wandy Peralta. Well, Wandy pitched 2 games in a row, I think. He pitched against the Mets. He pitched yesterday. I don't know if he pitched in that 1-0 snooze fest. That game was so boring, Rick. I don't even know if Wandy pitched that first one. No, I think Clay Holmes closed that one out. Wandy pitched yesterday. So I would think they're going to bring out Marinaccio next, or maybe Ludic. But I think he pitched yesterday. Yeah, I'm going to go with Marinaccio after Chapman. That's what I think they're going to bring out next. Can't be Abreu again. I think Abreu was the guy on the mound when they had the rain delay. He might have thrown one pitch. They could bring him out, but I'm going to go with Marinaccio. I mean, Chapman's bringing the fire, man. He's hitting 101, hitting 100, 101 pretty consistently. And he's locating him right in the strike zone. He's not wild with it right now. So it'd be a blessing if he can get back to form. Even though his closer role is gone and Holmes has that now. The lower deck. Setup man. Make him the setup man. If he can prove that he can hold it down for an inning. Oh, good high heat. That was way up there. He got him to swing at that. Stadium's pretty packed, as it would be, man. Even for a Yankee Royal game, like, Saturday afternoon, you wouldn't think a lot of people – you would know if you got these tickets back in February that the Royals were going to be bad. Next year they're going to be bad. Good inning. Good inning for Chapman. Good inning. Good inning. See, looking at Kansas City. They got 2 errors. 2 errors. Telling you. We're coming back out. 7th inning now, guys. We're almost there. If you're just watching on here now, I am doing the WWE SummerSlam tonight. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. It's going to be a lot of fun. We do everything on this channel. We're in the basement, man. We do everything. Lou Talks is probably going to pop in, my co-host from the Marlins game. He's going to be Mets Marlins. He's in Miami. He told everybody that the last time he was on. So he might pop in from his phone for a few minutes during that. That would be awesome, man. That would be really cool. I wonder if he'll pop in if the Marlins are beating up on the Mets, which they probably won't, but, we'll see. Yeah, Rick, that was awesome. That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. If he can stay solid like that, why not make him the setup man in the 8th inning? Why not make him the setup man? Right? It'd be ideal. If you can get that lockdown like we've had in the past, you get to the later innings. You got Chapman in the 8th, Holmes in the 9th. In the past, man, you used to get the Yankees, right? If you didn't have them beaten by the 6th inning, it was over. 7, 8, and 9. We had great closers and bullpen guys right up to Chapman. Now, if we could just make Chapman a great setup man, right to Holmes, that's it, man. That's what we need. We need to find this, and we need to find it fast. You can even have Peralta in the 7th inning. The guy is good. The guy's good. But I see why they're pitching Peralta and they're holding him for the 8th and 9th, because even last year, some of Chapman's really poor games, they brought in Peralta, and he did well. There's a few times I remember, man, bases loaded, nobody out, and he held the fort. So he's a solid lefty. He came from the Giants, and I don't think he was that great there, man. I forget. He came over in a trade with somebody else. For Troutman, forget the guy's name now, man. Damn it, I usually don't do that. But we traded away a left fielder. Oh, it's killing me. I can't think of the guy's name now. He played along that, when Mike Ford was around. Help me out here, man. Yes, I agree. You're talking about Aaron Judge, this dominant stretch? Yes, it is. Since Bonds in '02. Yeah. Yesterday they showed that Aaron Judge had 41. He had tied Babe Ruth for 101 games for as a Yankee, hitting 41 in that short of time. They didn't show if he passed it today yet, but I mean, he hit 42 in 102 games. This is a dominant, insane stretch. He has 11 home runs in the last 12 games. That's a great point. Welcome to the room. Talkman, thank you. Thank you. Talkman, I could not think of it, man. I'm usually way better than that. I could not think of it. But yeah, Wandy Peralta came over when he went to the Giants, and he went right down to the minors with the Giants almost immediately. So that was a good get rid of him. And Peralta has been money for the Yankees. I mean, he's been really solid for us, man. Thank you. Guduni, is that right? I'm sorry if I chopped your name up, man. I'm just trying to give you a shout out on here. It's awesome, and thank you for your comment on that. Hit the subscribe button, bell notice, like button, and comment, because we are fan. I'm just a fan speaking to fans. That's what this room is all about. And most of the people in here, which there isn't a lot, but they're all regulars of mine for a while now, and we're all just fans together. That's all this is. This is a fun time for fans, and this is what we do here, man. We talk about everything. Bring up any sports in the chats. That's what we do. Because baseball is America's pastime, right? So we can pass it talking about everything. Yep, that's what it's about. That's what it's about here in the basement, man. I don't edit anything. We just go right through, man. I'm pretty knowledgeable on stuff, but once in a while I will shout out like that. Talkman, man. I can't believe I forgot that, man, but that was awesome. Yep. People were mad over Talk. Yeah, that was weird. They all, oh, you shouldn't have gotten rid of him. These are the same people that were huge on Mike Ford. Remember that? Where's he now? I mean, we went over this a little bit earlier. Godani, we went over this earlier about like people not wanting to give up prospects. This team, oh, we shouldn't give up prospects for Juan Soto. Why? Juan Soto is 23 years old and an established superstar. Why would teams, any team, be worried about, and fans be worried about giving up prospects that haven't done anything? And most of the time, prospects don't turn into Derek Jeter. You know, most prospects don't turn into anything. How long did the Yankees wait for Greg Bird or Clint Frazier to do something? How long? You could even say that about Gary Sanchez. The guy he's waited forever to do something. But a lot of prospects don't do anything, man. It's insane to me. Yeah, Mike Ford. I think when he left here, he went to the Rays, and the Rays were like, yo, get this garbage out of here, man. Come on. It's like these guys are flashing the pans, man. Oh, that was close. That was close, but he got back. That was very close. That was very close. Yeah, man, that Mike Ford. That's like Yankee fans are weird, and I've been a Yankee fan for 46 years, man. And he's safe. He made it. He made it barely, but he made it. Yeah, it's strange, man, how that stuff happens. But and there are teams and there are fans of other teams that are worried about giving up prospects for Juan Soto. Like I just don't. That's why you have them there. And these guys are in AAA for a while. If they're that great, they would have been up on the team already. Juan Soto's not 33; he's 23. So that's a real strange. Yes, you're right. Volpe, definitely, man. That's a good analogy there. Yep. He's got some tools, man. He definitely does. That'd be great if he turned into something. It's just, when you're that on big market teams like the Yankees, it's hard. When you come up, you have to take advantage of that opportunity right away. You have to take advantage. Otherwise, you're going to be sent right back down or shipped off to the Royals. How many chances did Clint Frazier get? How many last year did Brett Gardner get? He got three extra years on the Yankees because Clint Frazier could never develop. The guy sucked. He never could develop. And then he had the nerve to talk trash on the way out the door. Clint Frazier trashed the Yankees on the way out the door. Like, are you kidding me? You did nothing on this team. Nothing. Zero. And you talk trash? It was like Porzingis talking trash when the Knicks got rid of him. Like, are you kidding me? You did nothing for this team. Zero. I don't get that, man. I know Brett Gardner appreciated it because they kept bringing him back for another last year. It's pretty bad when you're bringing back a guy in his mid-30s that has to save the team because you can't get it done as a great prospect. That's what I'm talking about. John Lockport, I'll see you tonight. I'll be on here for SummerSlam, brother. Yep, you got it, man. I will be here, man. I'll see you tonight. And thanks for stopping through as always, Lockport. I really appreciate your support, man. Thank you. Yeah, Guardy was our heart and soul, brother. Yep, I agree. And there's some Yankee fans I got tired of his batting average. Yo, man, when you needed that hit, when you really needed that hit, who was better to work a pitcher's arm out than Brett Gardner? He'd be 0-2 for like 20 minutes, man. It felt like he was up at that plate forever. He swung at nothing close, nothing. If the strike zone is here and the ball was like right here, he didn't swing. And then he'd foul off 500 pitches, man. The guy, Brett Gardner, was a great Yankee to me, man. He really was. So, and I honestly thought they were going to bring him back this year. There are some Yankee fans I meet that just are like, good riddance to Gardner. I'm like, how can you say that? I'm not worried about his batting average. It's when you need those hits, he got them, man, and he legged out everything. He never not hustled. He always hustled. Always hustled. Yep. Amen. Can you imagine Porzingis talking crap, leaving the Knicks? You did nothing here. Nothing. A fake injury. You know what he was like? You remember Carl Pavano on the Yankees with all his mysterious injuries? That's what Porzingis was. He had mysterious, non-X-rayable injuries all the time and sat on the bench. And then when the Knicks get rid of you, you talk trash on the way out the door? Clint Frazier goes to the Cubs and talks trash? Well, you guys have got to be kidding me. Porzingis sucked. He never lived up to expectations. You got the nerve to compare with what you did. You know, oh, that's why it seems like get rid of us and Carmelo. It's like, dude, you never did. Carmelo did way more for the Knicks than you ever did. How can you put yourself in that same sentence? And where's Porzingis? I think he's on Washington now. Come on, man. Dirk even worked with him. Dirk Nowitzki worked with Porzingis, and you still can't develop, man? You still can't take advantage of a Hall of Fame legend like that? Helping you? Hey, all right. See another misplay by Kansas City. This is the way it should have been. Fun game. Yankees kicking the crap out of a bad team after dropping 2 to the Mets. This is what you need to do. Not making us sweat out games like the last 2. Kansas City's showing you why they are a garbage team. This is why they're 39-61 or whatever the hell they are. This is why. So we should have been doing this the first 2 games, but we'll take the wins, whatever. Let's go, DJ. Just keep pounding this team away. Just keep pounding away. That's more like it. Yes, Rick, you got it, brother. That's more like it. Thanks. Gerduni, that's what I'm going to call you, Gerduni. Am I chopping your name up? Bro, I apologize if I am. I'm just going to call you Gerduni. I hope I'm not chopping your name up, brother. But I appreciate you being in here, man. Yeah, you can. It's 7-2 right now, Yankees. DJ just grounded out. It's bottom of the 6th inning right now. 7-2 Yankees. If there's anybody on here that's not actually watching the game, let me know. I'll keep giving you score updates. Here in the basement, here in the basement, we're all over the place. We talk about all the sports. If the games gets boring, we talk about football, basketball, hockey, whatever, man. We talk about everything here in the basement, man. That's what we do. Diehard fans, speaking of diehard fans, that's what this channel's all about. It's for the fans. It's for the fans, man. We just keep growing it every day. It's a lot of fun on here. It's a lot of fun. All I need is subscribe, bell notice, like button. Guys, in the memorabilia, my man Frank at the Sports Cave, Deptford Mall, New Jersey. Sportscave.net. This is the man to see. That's my man, Frank. Tell him Johnny Basement told you to contact him, man. Sports Cave, Deptford Mall, New Jersey, man. Sportsmet, sportscave.net. That's the man. That's the man who helped me with a lot of this stuff here, man. He's a great dude. He actually pops on here from time to time as well. Danny Dimes. Are you a Giants fan, Gaduni? Danny Dimes? I think he can have a breakout. You know what I like doing? You know what I like that Dayball is doing with Danny? I'm a Jet fan. Rick's a Jet fan. And Rick, I'm going to keep saying that because I'll never forget that again. The nice thing about Brian Daboll is they didn't extend Danny. They didn't extend him. It's kind of like, hey, man, you show us you can play here for the Giants, we will keep you. So they didn't extend him. I think he's going to break out. Look what Daboll did with Josh Allen, man. I think you guys got the right thing in place like the Jets did with Joe Douglas. You got a good GM. You can bring it over to this Buffalo Bills mentality to the New York Giants now. A couple years from now, I mean, look at the Jets. They're finally in position. Finally in position with a good line, good team. Hopefully Zach comes through now. He's got no excuses. Danny Dimes, same thing. If he plays really hard and great this year, they should extend him on. So, and the fumbling, as long as that is more and more under control, it should be okay. Absolutely. Dude, I'm a Jet fan. I've been saying things for years too, man. This is Danny Loose Change. We used to call him Danny Loose Change. I come from a New York Giants family, New York Giants household. Just me and two of my cousins are Jets fans. But everybody else is a Giants fan. They would call him Danny Loose Change from all them fumbles. Listen, jury's out on Zach Wilson. I agree, man. But he doesn't have the excuse now. Joe Douglas gave him a line. He gave him wide receivers. You got running backs now. The Jets defense, forget it. The Jets defense is solid, man. That's going to make them really competitive. If Zach can't play with this, the excuse of no line and no receivers is gone now. That's gone. He doesn't have that excuse. This year he has to come in and get it done. So the jury's still out on him. But I'll tell you what, if he doesn't get it done, he's out of here, man. He's out of here. He's going to be a backup. They're not going to go beyond this. Douglas has put in all the work, and he lived up to what he said he was going to do. Joe Douglas said, I'm going to break the team down and build it up. It's going to take a few years, but be patient. And no Jet fan wants to hear it, be patient. But we were, and we finally got a guy that looked like he told us the freaking truth. So when other teams are drafting CeeDee Lamb, we're drafting linemen. And people are like, oh, the Jets are letting these receivers go. Well, we can't use receivers if we don't have a freaking line. So all I'm saying is Zach has no excuses this year. Obviously, I hope the kid comes through. We'll see. We'll just see, man. It's just going to be an interesting season. It's going to be really interesting. So now we're just moving on in the game here, man. I'm just, at this point, it's 7-2 Yankees. I'm just seeing if Judge can hit another home run. This has been incredible. I don't know, man. The Yankees are weird lately with these deadline moves, man. I don't know. I like the Montes combination you have there, man. That would be really nice. That would really be nice. With Scooble too, man. I mean, it'd be really nice to have that, man. But the Yankees, like I said, it's the Yankees. I don't know what they're going to do. They might just hold still. Might have done Benintendi and just leave it at that and not acknowledge. It seems like the Yankees don't want to acknowledge any pitching at all. They just don't. They went into this year with Severino, who had a good year. I mean, he's had a good year, but he was hurt the last 2 years. How can you go and rely on it? It's like I'm scared that they're going to sit here and wait for Zach Britton to come back in September and just like, oh, he'll be back to form. He wasn't that good before he got hurt. Zach Britton was a beast on Baltimore. He did okay for us. I was hoping the Yankees were going to get Castillo too, man. What a pickup for Seattle. Seattle is the under-the-radar team. The Seattle Mariners are the dark horse team right now, are they not? They're the dark horse team right now. There's no question about it, man. Seattle, and then picking up Luis Castillo, I wanted him on the Yankees. That's the type of guy that should have been over here. We could have used him big time right now. Big time. Montgomery, Tyon, and Herman are questionable at best. But if any of them, you could replace Herman with Castillo for sure. Yeah, that's a good idea, man. I like Sevy. I like him a lot, man. I give him all the credit in the world for fighting back from being 2 years injured and doing what he's doing this year. You got to give him all the credit. But how can the Yankees, what I complain about is just how do the Yankees not go out and get solid starters and you're relying on a guy on a crapshoot that he's going to be all right. That's my only complaint. Sevy's doing his thing and he'd be awesome in the bullpen. You're right. He'd be incredible coming out of there. Someone's got to make up for Chad Green and Michael King not being around for the rest of the season. That's going to hurt us in the playoffs. They really, really need pitching. Benintendi is a great pickup. Get rid of that Joey Gallo, disgusting batting average and the whole thing, man. He is horrendous mojo on this team. So Benintendi was an amazing pickup. I love it. Get Gallo out of here. He's a waste of space, a waste of time. Put Matt Carpenter out in the outfield from time to time. We don't need Gallo and his 150 batting average or wherever he's at now. 150, 160. It's all the same thing at this point. Yeah, it is. Gilbert, Robbie Ray, and Castillo, man. I'm telling you, the Yankees don't have a cakewalk to the World Series. And Houston Astros are always a problem for us. Always. And they're a problem for us right now. It's incredible. Bottom of the sixth inning right now, 7-2. There's 2 outs, man on first, and Benintendi's up, who's gotten 2 RBIs so far since the Yankees traded for him, and he's got 1 hit, 1 sacrifice fly. It's 3-1 right now. We'll see. The Yankees better be making moves while we're talking. They're still trying to go for the best record in baseball and the American League. He just walked Benintendi, so that's good. I just want them to keep piling on runs. Third walk of the inning. That's what we just continuously need to do, man. Just put on more runs. They really should cruise the rest of the way at this point. They should cruise the rest of the way. That's true. He has handled the media really well, Gallo. It's just, I mean, we didn't expect, it's not like, he didn't come over here with the Stanton expectation, right? Weren't expecting to be, the pressure that like Giancarlo had when he came over here. But Gallo just swings at everything. The guy's a Gold Glove outfielder, right? He's a really good outfielder, man. But the expectations weren't as high as a Stanton, but man, he's horrible. He's horrible. He swings at everything. I don't hate the guy. He handles the media well. He's a personable dude when it comes to everything else, and he owns it. I mean, I do respect the fact that he owns how bad as he's been, man. I definitely respect that. And when you're on a team like the Yankees, you can kind of get away with being a 160 hitter, I guess. But be like Higgy Shiaka is a great defensive catcher. He gets away with having a bad batting average because that's not what we kept him for. That's why we got rid of Gary, because we had a great defensive catcher in Higgy. That kind of guy you bury in the lineup and don't worry about it. But Gallo, there's a little bit more expected than that. It just seems like he's throwing crap against the wall, and hopefully one of them, goes over the wall when he swings. But he's not even hitting a lot of home runs. What does he have, 9? Yeah, that's reasonable. 200 batting average, 40 home runs. That's reasonable, man. He's not even close to that. He's awful. Does anybody even want him at the trade deadline? Anybody even want him? All right, we're going to the top of the I think we're going to the top of the 8th inning now, man. We're in between. The Royals are coming up. 7-2 Yankees. And we're almost done. We're almost done. Like I said, I'll be here doing SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. My co-host should be on and off throughout the night. He's in Miami for the Mets and the Marlins. He's at the game in Miami, so that he'll be popping in occasionally, and we're just gonna have a lot of fun on here, man. A lot of fun tonight, and I'll be back again here for the Yankee game tomorrow. I think it's 1:30. Huh. You're singing to the choir, man, when you're talking about Gary Sanchez to me, bro. Yeah, the Padres are interested in Gallo, because they have the DH with Luke Voit. I mean, if you wanted a regular DH, man, Luke Voit would have been fine for that. Yeah, I said this earlier, and I've said it the last couple of days, and the people that are normally on here, Rick and a couple other guys that pop in this chat room, Gunner, and you'll see them on here quite a bit if you keep joining us every day. Gary said the Yankees hold on to guys for too long. They're waiting for projects to turn into superstars. Remember Greg Bird? How many years did they wait on Greg Bird to be something, right? They kept passing up other opportunities with other players because Greg Bird was going to be the next guy. Where is Greg Bird now? Where was he then? Nowhere. He's always hurt. Clint Frazier was the other one. We just spoke about Clint Frazier. And Gary Sanchez, they kept waiting and waiting and waiting. It's kind of like when Gleyber Torres had all the home runs too, and then every year after that, well, where's all these home runs? Well, he never really did it before that. So maybe that was just a fluke year for him. And they tried him at shortstop for the whole season last year when you should have ended that project just a little less than halfway into the season. The guy made too many freaking errors, man. This is the New York Yankees, man. We're not the Royals trying out players. If you can't do it, get out or move to the position you're supposed to be playing. We shouldn't have shaky pitching. This is why we haven't advanced to the World Series, and all the other good teams around us have. The Rays even made the World Series. They just didn't win it. The Red Sox, the Astros, they all won one. The Yankees haven't even made one because our pitching catches up to us, and our home run or nothing lineups in the past has caught up to us in the playoffs. We get exposed in the playoffs. These other teams have some small ball abilities. These other teams have guys that can bunt. We don't have even guys that can do that. So this is where we get our problem is when we get to the playoffs. Oh, absolutely destroyed at shortstop, bro. Absolutely destroyed. And they kept playing him there. You see what I mean? They kept playing him like he was magically going to become Derek Jeter or somebody, man. It's like somebody with a humongous ego said, no, this is going to work. And it doesn't work, and they just keep him there. It just makes no sense to me, man. It's like when the Jets held on to Mark Sanchez forever because eventually he was going to be a great quarterback. And come on. When it ain't happening, it ain't happening, man. Get rid of it and move Gleyber back to second base. Everything's back to normal. IKF, I give this kid credit, man. He comes over to the Yankees when he knows that all the fans wanted Carlos Correa. Now, granted, he's not Correa, but the guy has taken full advantage of playing for a team like the Yankees coming from the Rangers, right? He hustles on every play. His batting average is solid. He's got good RBIs. He doesn't have any home runs, but that's not what he's brought here for. And his defense is shortstop. He's playing solid ball, man. And it's like he appreciates the opportunity to play here. I like IKF, man. I do. Yes, he's not Correa, but the guy has been playing his ass off for us, and I love it. Right. Isn't that weird how he hit 300 after they moved him? It's like Stanton telling Boone, hey, man, if I can play the whole game and not just DH, I'll feel and do a lot better. It's not like he wasn't playing well on purpose, not playing well on purpose. He just said if I'm more involved in the game, I'll produce more. And look at Stanton since he's been playing regularly in the outfield. Makes the All-Star game this year, you know? I don't like Aaron Boone as a manager, by the way. I still feel they should have never fired Girardi. Yeah, amen. IKF is a hustler for this team. That's a guy that takes advantage of the situation that's given to him, the opportunity that's given him. You're playing for the New York Yankees, and you know everybody wanted Correa. And look what this guy is doing, man. Putting up solid numbers, playing a great shortstop. It's all we can ask, man. It's all we can ask. So I like IKF. I do. Top of the seventh. Oh, they're showing a real nasty highlight of a great diving catch. One of the announcers, Rex Hudler. I got to listen to Kansas City's announcers. I couldn't get the Yankee announcers in on this one. Anyway, I can't. If you can't see it, I can't describe the whole thing. But anyway, it's top of the seventh inning. Nobody out. 7-2 Yankees. All right. Schmidt got the strikeout. I was wrong. I said Marinaccio was going to come in. That was my guess, but they got Schmidt in right now. He's throwing 9 pitches, just struck out 1, and now we're going on to yeah, there's nobody on base either, man. Where do you think Juan Soto's going? I say that I'm going to call the Cardinals. That's what I think. I think he's going to go to the Cardinals. It's the bottom of the Kansas City order. I mean, isn't the whole order, whether you bat number 1, 2, or 3, aren't you still considered bottom of the order anyway because you play for the Royals? Outside of like Salvatore Perez. Perez and Cat, he can still hit, man. The guy's been a solid player for Kansas City. And Benintendi was really their only really other good player. Schmidt's pitching good, man. I mean, as he should be against this team. They could just cruise the rest of the way at this point. They can just cruise the rest of the way. That's a hit. It's a base hit. Who cares, right? Man on first, 1 out. Next, I guarantee they're going to get a double play out of this now, or they're going to. So, who's your football team, Graduni? Yeah, are you the Giants fan? You mentioned Danny Dimes. I'm assuming you are. Rick, you still here? Who's that? Musgrove? Oh, he's pitching. Yeah, San Diego's out there today, man. But yeah, for you guys, man, I say it again. I said earlier, if you didn't know, I'm going to be on to the SummerSlam today. Oh my gosh, that was a hell of a wow. I don't know how he didn't break his neck. If you've been able to see what I just saw, man, this guy slammed right into the wall face first. Yeah, the Royals, they're just not a very exciting team. So you guys sitting here watching it with me, man, it's been real appreciative. Oh, good play by Donaldson at third. Again, I don't think Donaldson's going to be back next year, but it was a sharp, hot corner, man. Sharp hit. Got it done. Got it done. Well, the Yankees right now moving right along here, man. This is just cruise control now. 1 man on, 2 out. I'm more worried about who the Yankees going to get at the trade deadline, man. If they're making moves as we speak right now, that's what I was just looking up. This is definite cruise control. That should do it for the third out. We're going to the bottom of the seventh right now. Yankees up 7-2. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
He's watching MLB Network.
Back. I made it back right before they came on, man. Made it back. Now let's go. Let's finish this game up. Nestor Cortez went 5 innings, only gave up 5 hits, 2 earned runs. This guy Heasley for the Royals was trash. That's what we should have done, beating up on their guy. He gave 3 innings, gave up 6 hits, 4 earned runs. That's what we should do, man. Their 2 starters the last 2 games shut us down like we were nobodies. Isn't that amazing? It's incredible. So yeah, going into the bottom of the 7th here, really this game's pretty much over. I can't see the Yankees blowing this game. You know, just end it. So I'm gonna be back on here in 3 hours to do SummerSlam. That's what's up. That's what I'm looking forward to now. That's going to be a lot of fun, guys. That is going to be fun. So we do everything here in the basement, man. We do all sports. NFL coming back, and New York Rangers and hockey's coming back. Knicks, NBA, everything's going to be coming back around. The dog days of summer, we're more than halfway through it, man. We're almost done. We're almost done with the dog days, man. Getting back into the other exciting sports that's going to be going on, especially when the Jets and Giants have been the 2 worst teams in the NFL for the past 5 years. Can they please turn that around, please? Especially the Jets. They're in a better position than the Giants are right now to turn things around. All right, they got another reliever coming in for the Royals. This guy has a 3.3 ERA. It doesn't even matter. Let's just wrap this game up. The Yankees can cruise control the rest of the way. Let's just go. Let's end this thing. And I'll be back on tomorrow, by the way, to you guys that aren't wrestling fans. We'll be back on tomorrow at 1:30 in the afternoon for the Yankees Royals. I keep saying 1:30. Is that really the time of the game? I keep saying it like I know it. I'm going to check it right now. $1:35. I was close. 1:35. All right, we got this one here. Donaldson's up. Again, the Yankees' important thing right here, what this series has told us is the Yankees need pitching. We need pitching. And I tell you what, for next year, Cole better not be our ace. He better not be, man, because he's blowing it against some really bad teams. He's blowing it. He's just, I don't care what his record is. I don't care how many strikeouts he has. The guy has been not good. He hasn't been pitching like the Cole we thought we were getting from Houston. I mean, when he pitched there, he was lights out. So Nestor Cortez, to me, is our number one guy at the moment. Okay, here they are, the best records in baseball. Dodgers, then Yankees, Astros, then Mets. So nothing has really changed that much. Nothing has changed that much, man. It's Dodgers, Yankees, Astros, Mets. So the Yankees are fighting for something here, man. I mean, we're only 2 games up on the Astros for the best team in American League. And we're 1 in the loss column behind the Dodgers. So we're only a game out of being the best record in baseball. And Donaldson just struck out again. I think that's 3 times for him today. And Donald, he's not going to be on a team next year. That was a nasty slider this man just threw, and Donaldson, he bit on that all the way. The Yankees had the best record at home. It just says 39-12. 39-12 at home. Man. That's the best record a Yankee team has had at home since the 98 Yankees. The 98 Yankees, and right through the World Series, they finished that season, playoffs right through the World Series, 125-50. Think about that. That's dominance. And they swept the Padres that year in the World Series. It's amazing. Yeah. That's true. That's true about Judge. He definitely did look lost during those times. Yeah, it's different this year. They're really good. Can you imagine how sick would that be if they don't pay this man? And I know, against the Reds. The Reds, another team the Yankees struggled against. The freaking Reds. Reds were awful, man. Can you imagine? And like I said, I keep saying the Orioles because I'm so used to them being a bad team. They're actually playing better as of late. But the Orioles were another one that the Yankees always had a problem with. Even last year, the Yankees had more losses than the Royals than all the other top teams had. The Royals, the Orioles. Matt Carpenter, another home run. 8-2. This is the way it should be against dumpster fire teams. Yeah, Josh Donaldson is a fielding substitution. I don't think he's going to be here next year. Can you imagine even at the beginning, last offseason anyway, that they really were considering not bringing back DJ? Like, why did you even flirt with that? The guy could play every position on the infield, and he's one of the few batters that we have that actually works the count. I mean, like, why would you even consider getting rid of DJ? It's beyond me, man. He is an ultimate utility player, and you can play him every day at a position if you need to. Any one of them in the infield, he plays them all. I never considered getting rid of DJ. Not now. Matt Carpenter has been unbelievable. I know Judge is the obvious choice for playing unconscious, but Matt Carpenter is playing unconscious. I mean, he was going to retire, man. This guy has just been outstanding signing, just under the radar signing for the Yankees from Cashman, man. Crazy. Yes, much more skill. I agree. And he's more utilized than Gardy was, man. And we're not even knocking Gardy at all. Not knocking him at all. But you're right. DJ he's the next guy that works a count like a Gardner would. Because the other guys in the lineup, I mean, Stanton doesn't work counts. We already spoke about Gallo. Just saying Gallo, that's enough said on that. So, and look at the other, the other guy when we were talking, when we were talking about projects that the Yankees just hold on to forever, expecting these guys to become great. How about Miguel Andujar? How about that guy? How long have we been waiting for that guy to do something? Miguel Andujar, right? How many years were we waiting on that guy to do something? I knew there was somebody else I was forgetting, and that's who it was. It was Miguel Andujar. Guy's never done anything, nothing. And the Yankees hold on to these guys. It's so precious. How many years? You're the New York freaking Yankees. You don't have that many chances to prove it. 2 years, at the end of the second year, if you're really not getting it done and not showing any signs of improvement, or you hurdle it, it's time to go. It's time to go. All right, there's 2 outs now, bottom of the 7th. At the Carpenter's home run, it's 8-2. This game is a laugher. That's what we expected. Let's just rip through these last couple of innings here and get this thing moving, because I'm going to be back on here in 3 hours and I want to get something to eat. I got a few things to do before I do SummerSlam tonight. So let's just move this game along. IKF is up now. We're liking IKF. I can't see any Yankee fan why, even without getting Correa, why you wouldn't like this guy. He's hitting 273, 31 ribbies. Who cares if he doesn't have any home runs? Again, that's not what he was brought here for. The guy's a hustler, man. This guy hustles on everything he does. I wouldn't mind if they kept him around. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point on Andujar. I mean, yeah, you can't blame him, I guess, but don't you think if he showed a lot more? He wasn't getting at bats for a reason. I mean, he should have gotten Rookie of the Year. But it's like the Yankees just kind of, they either gave up on him or he wasn't showing them enough to continue with that project. Because he went from the infield to the outfield, to the infield, then you didn't see him, then he was hurt, then he went down to the minors, then he came back. He just seemed to bounce around every aspect of the team for a while there before you know what I mean? It just, for whatever reason, he just never came to fruition here with the Yankees. He just never did. Awesome. Good doing you. You're welcome, brother. Like I said, man, this is the basement. My channel says I've been here since 2011. I really only started doing everything like last November, end of October, last November. A lot of my subscribers here are Bills Mafia, even though I'm a Jet fan, because we have such a link with each other. I do WWE. I have a co-host here, Lou Talks, who's on with me a couple days a week. We do everything down here, man. We're working to 1,000 subscribers, man. We're continuing on from there, but this is a channel for fans. That's why I stress that. I don't sit here like some podcasts. Who know their stuff, but they don't chat with people. People leave comments on their reviews of videos. They might throw somebody a response. I respond. If you take the time to write a comment or chat in the room, I'm going to talk to you. If you leave a comment, I'm going to respond, even if it's some, attack on me, which some people do, or something I don't agree with. Still, if you take the time to comment, I'm going to respond. I don't understand. Before I did this, I followed a lot of other channels, and I would chat or talk, and whether there was a lot of people in the room or if there wasn't many in the room like this doesn't have a lot. They still wouldn't talk back to you. It's like, I don't act like I'm something that I'm not. I'm not trying out for ESPN. I'm not auditioning for Fox Sports. I'm a fan speaking to fans, man. That's what this is all about. You're supposed to have fun here. If you want to see professionals, turn on Skip and Shannon on Monday. You know what I mean? So we do everything. This is the basement, man. I don't edit everything. We just come in here real. We come in here live. We make mistakes and we don't know. We just say, I don't know. We're fans, man. We talk smack in here too. Fun. That's what it's about. Sports brings everybody together, and that's why I love sports. I love it for the entertainment it gives me. You can get away from other things going on, positive, whatever you have going on. Sports brings people together. I'm very content in my life, and I'm very content with doing this, and you guys make it fun for me, and I appreciate whether I have 5 viewers in here, 100 viewers in here, or whatever. I appreciate you guys, and I'll always say it. This channel ever takes off, I'm never going to forget the people that have been here with me since the beginning. I'm dead serious about that. I'm more than halfway to 1,000 subscribers now, and I love being on here, and I don't care if there's 5 people in here. It's fine. This is all about the fans, and this is what it's about. Who cares, man? Let's enjoy the game together. Enjoy SummerSlam. Enjoy whatever you guys want to talk about. And that's my inspirational monologue or whatever you call that of the day. I don't know, whatever you call it. That's my little pedestal podium speech. How about that? But that's what we're here for. And Goudini, I appreciate you stopping in and giving all the information and chat you've been given today, man. Thank you. Thank you, man. Yeah, I thank you, man. I do appreciate that. That's my mentality. So that's why if you see a lot on here, if you look through my vids, you see the basement mentality. A basement mentality means everything you do, you start in the basement. You literally start in the basement. Trial and error, you work your way. Some things work, some things don't, but you emerge from the depths. You keep moving forward. You have that fighter mentality. A basement mentality is a fighter mentality. You keep fighting to what you want to do in life. And what I want is to grow this channel. I was a cross-country trucker for a long time. I don't do that anymore. I'm here with you guys, my kids, my wife, everybody got me to come on here because I love talking sports. I love it. So basement mentality, I use that term a lot. That's my phrase. It's my slogan, man. Use the basement mentality, emerge from the depths and keep moving forward and keep trying out crap till it works, man. That's it. That's it. That's what we're here for. So if I went on and on, that's just the way I feel about stuff, man. But I love talking sports with you guys, right? If you're like Jet fans, for instance, Jet fans unite because we've been through the mill. If you're Yankee fans, we all unite because of the sport. You act like you've known each other forever. It's over a team. That's the greatness of sports, man. That is the greatness of sports. It bonds people together over a game, over a team. That's what's so awesome about it, and that's why I love it. We all can come on here and just BS and talk about whatever you want. That's what fans do in bars. That's what fans do everywhere across the country. That's what you do with your teams. You have a bond because we have a bond with the team. We go through the highs and the lows. Yeah, bro, I'm waiting. You know, the one thing with the baseball season, I'm waiting for the postseason too. At this point, we already know who's going to be in it. The Yankees are way ahead. The Astros are way ahead. The Dodgers are way ahead. The Mets are in a race with the Braves. That's an interesting race. You got one there, right? But I mean, for the most part, most of these divisions are done. Most of the races, we already know. Let's just get to the postseason. Sometimes I think the baseball season can get to be a little long. How do you feel about a salary cap? I'm very back and forth on a salary cap. Sometimes I want one so it adds a little more parity and allows other teams in. I know the everybody uses the Rays. Oh, well, the Rays always make it. Yes, the Rays defy the odds. They defy the odds, how they always seem to compete with a lot of players you never heard of. But for the most part, you already know right now the Royals are not only out of the playoffs this year, they're also out of it through 2027. They're out of the playoffs for the next 5 years. I already know that. The Pirates are already out of it. These teams are already out of it. So a salary cap, I lean on liking it because it adds more to the game. We can see more different teams make it in. I don't like it because we can't sign a lot of the players because I'm greedy and I'm a Yankee fan. That's why. That's the real truth. I want to keep signing players and not have these salary cap problems that like my New York Rangers have. New York Rangers, I can't sign anybody else. We have $4 million left in cap room, man. That's it. You ain't signing anybody special with that. So as a Yankee fan being biased, man, I don't want the cap because I want my team to keep signing players. But overall, I don't think it's fair in the long run. Yep. I was just about to hit on that. There's one thing that George Steinbrenner said a long time ago. George Steinbrenner said, I pay the luxury taxes to other teams. It's not my fault that the owners put that in their pocket and they don't put it back into the team. You are 100% correct on that, Goudini. You're 100% correct, okay? They put it right in their pocket. Steinbrenner said it a million times, man. It's not my fault. And it's not – baseball allows us to buy players, so what? And the Yankees getting accused of buying players all the time. Oh, that's all they do. The Dodgers do it. The Red Sox do it. The Astros have done. They all do it. Everybody does it. The Yankees being the only team getting blamed for that is a joke. And when you look at their World Series teams, What big players do we have? What, were Roger Clemens? We won World Series before we got him. Chuck Knobloch, is he a Hall of Famer? Scott Brocious, Charlie Hayes, they Hall of Famers? No, they're not Hall of Famers. They were solid ball players that played small ball and wanted to help us to win championships. They were under the radar guys. Our core players is what helped us win championships. So we bought our rings. We didn't have big. Every time the Yankees have big time players, we usually don't win. We usually have guys that can hit home runs and don't do anything else. Right? Okay, we had Cecil Fielder in '96. The guy had hit 50 home runs the year before. Yeah, that was a big name. But the team, the players on that team, there's a lot of Yankee haters will say, well, what about Cecil Fielder? What about him? We had Mariano Duncan we got from the Dodgers at second base. He wasn't a Hall of Famer. He's a solid second baseman. Jimmy Key was a great pitcher from the Toronto Blue Jays. It was a solid guy to pick up. I mean, you're talking about Charlie Hayes playing third base. He's another one. I mention him all the time. These guys aren't Hall of Famers. We had Wade Boggs. Yes, he's a Hall of Famer. He came over from the Red Sox, but he came over for that year. But how about all the other teams that win? What, the Red Sox, when they won the World Series these years? Was Josh Beckett, was he a Hall of Fame? I mean, was he from the Red Sox farm system? No, he came from the Marlins. David Ortiz, was he a Red Sox from the farm system? No, he came from the Minnesota Twins. So it's ridiculous that the Yankees, they have 27 world championships, and it's because we have dominated for so long. And when people say oh yeah, you guys always talk about the rings. Well, isn't that what the whole game is about? Getting that ring. That's what it's about. And yes, we haven't won one in a while. So when it says, when's the last time you won one? It's been a while, but we still have 27. Oh, your Rangers too? New York Rangers all the way, brother. Look through my vids, man. I have a ton of Rangers stuff on there, man. Tons of Rangers. New York Rangers, Igor Shesterkin, brother. That's the man. What a great goalie. What a great find that kid is. 70, you're right. It's all homegrown. We're hitting on all the stuff, man. And you're all the big, we're on the same page, Guduni. And I'm sorry if I'm chopping your name up, brother. I'm just saying I'm pronouncing it as I see it, man. So I hope if I'm chopping your name up, I apologize. But I'll tell you what, man. The Yankees spending all that money, yeah, we win nothing. When they do homegrowns, we win with them. And all our championships are because of them. And everybody that tells Yankee fans, by the way, hey, y'all living in the past, man. You're living in the past with all that rings. You're not living in the past. Currently, today, present news today, what is the ring total? 27. That's not in the past. That is today. Those are current ring totals. And not talking about rings is stupid. Every sport, every team, you go for the ring. That's what you do. So yes, we have them. We will talk about them. And if it's because we lose and we had nothing else to talk about, that's our go-to card. And that would be any go-to card for anybody. If you're a Montreal Canadian fan, they have 23 rings. They haven't won one in a long time. They haven't won one since Patrick Waugh was their goalie, right? They have every right to talk about all their rings as much as they want because they earned them all. Right. David Ortiz is one of the best stories in baseball history, brother. You know what's funny? And I'm going to say this, man. I'm not knocking Ortiz at all. I'm talking about the Hall of Fame writer, the Hall of Fame selectors for baseball, these writers that hold grudges against other players. David Ortiz failed a test. Barry Bonds never failed a test. David Ortiz personality is second to none. He's loved by Yankee fans. He's loved by, I mean, to be a Red Sox and loved by Yankee fans is like Mariano is loved by Red Sox fans, okay? Mariano Rivera is loved in Fenway Park, okay? You got the right personality, you're going to the Hall of Fame. It's not so much about the steroids, it's not so much about that era. Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds were hated by their teammates. They're hated by the media, and they ain't getting in. It has nothing to do with the steroids anymore. It has nothing to do with it. Barry Bonds seriously never failed a test. Everybody knows he did it. But Ortiz did fail, and he got in first ballot. A-Rod may or may not be first ballot, but he's going to get in because his whole personality, he's on, you know, he's put himself out there. He's an analyst now. He's been more of a personable guy. He probably will get in. Bonds and Clemens will never get in. They should be in. They should be in. But that's what I'm saying about that. But Ortiz, every Yankee fan would love that guy. course you do. How can you not? Absolutely. Me too, man. I love people that share the same ideologies, bro. And you know what? I mentioned this yesterday. When you're talking sports, and even if you like, we have guys, because Lou, my co-host, when you see him on here, he's a Met fan, I'm a Yankee fan. He's a Giants fan, I'm a Jets fan. So when you see him on here, we have fun, smack talk. You do the fan thing back and forth. I have family of mine that are Red Sox fans. I have family of mine. I grew up in a Mets household mainly. It's fun smack talk. These guys that go out and get in actual fights, literally fist fights, is beyond me. I don't understand that. You're going to fight over a team that could care less that you're doing it for them or standing up for their honor, or I'm defending as a fan. They ain't bailing you out of jail. They're not paying for your lawyer. I don't understand any of that. I get mocked being a Jet fan for over 40 years now, and I don't really care. Making fun of the Jets to me is kicking a dead horse. I don't really care. You want to make fun of the Jets? Fine. I don't really care. To get in fights over this stuff is absolutely ridiculous. That is the most ridiculous thing I have ever seen people do. Fighting over your team. Sports fun, sports trash talk, smack talk. That's all good stuff, man. It's all funny stuff. It's meant for fun. That's it. It's meant for fun. I'm not getting in a fist fight over the New York Yankees or the Jets or anybody else. I like having good, smart conversations about sports, man. Like you said, same ideologies, man, the same wavelengths, man. Come on here. If you don't know, you just say you don't know. Like, I couldn't figure out Talkman until you told me. I could not for the life of me think of who that was. Am I going to sit here and look it up so I don't look like I don't know what I'm talking about? No, just throw it to you guys, man. Who am I trying to think of? You played with Mike Ford. Boom, you knew who I was talking about. There's no shame in that. We're fans speaking to fans. Yep. A-Rod at the time, you remember A-Rod at the time, it was Jeter, Garcia Parra, A-Rod, and Miguel Tejada, who was playing with the Orioles. Those were like the four biggest names for shortstop. And A-Rod, when he was on the Mariners, was considered the best shortstop in the game. An all-around player, forget about it. But I'm talking about defensively. He was considered the best shortstop in the game. Oh, I thought he hit another one. Oh, I thought Judge hit another one. Oh, man, I thought he hit another, like, two-run shot. We're in the bottom of the eighth, by the way. There's 2 outs, man on first. But this is good conversation. This is what I like to do. When you came in, my other guys, Rick, Guy Gunner, Lockport, these are all regular people. We speak all the time. I got other people that are here occasionally as well, man. This is what it's all about, just talking sports, man. I love it. Right. I mean, I had Patriot fans that come at me and they're like, oh, your Jets this, your Jets that. I'm like, who cares? I said, Patriot fans only pick on the Jets because you couldn't do to the Giants, so you got to pick on the Jets. That's all I ever say. You just beat up on the Jets because you couldn't do it to the Giants in the Super Bowl. I mean, twice. What can I tell you? I mean, what can I tell you, man? Beating up on the Jets, whoop-de-doo. Who cares? Nobody cares about the Jets. I do. I love them to death, and I always will. That's my team. 4 decades. I'm going to be like the Cubs fan. I'll be like 100 years old sitting in the stand somewhere when the Jets finally win one. How long did they wait for a World Series? Or a Red Sox fan that had been around since the 20s or 30s and they're still waiting for one, 80 years later. That's going to be me. Here's a fun stat. Do you know of all the teams that have been in the Super Bowl, whether they won or lost, doesn't matter whether the team won or lost in the Super Bowl era, every team that has made a Super Bowl at least once has made it back a second time, except the Jets. The Jets made it once, won it, and never been back. They're the only Super Bowl team to never make it back. Not just winner, overall. The Chiefs were the other one. The Chiefs were the other one until they won with Patrick Mahomes. They were the other one to have never made it back. But the Jets now own that lovely, lovely record that they went to won one, and have never been back. Everybody else has been back at least once. Yeah, that's why me and my buddy Lou talks. We started a podcast. He's on here 2 days a week, man. He's actually on here more than that. Now that we're going into the NFL and we're doing other things, man. Yeah, I got a partner, Lou, man. He's awesome. He's great. He's great with baseball. He's a diehard Mets fan, and we have fun on here. He's with me with the Knicks and the Rangers. He's with me there, but we separate on Jets, Giants, and Yankees, Mets. You just got to find the right person, man. You got a friend that's good at talking, man, and knowledgeable. I mean, again, we're fans. We're not pros. We're not going to know everything. But, you know, you got people that are knowledgeable and love to talk. My man Lou's got the charisma. He's from the Bronx, and he's a Mets fan. He's awesome, though, man. He's really good. He's a really good dude. I've known him a long time. But I mean, I can say the same thing. I grew up on Long Island, right near Nassau Coliseum, and I'm a Ranger fan, not an Islander fan. And I was only 15 minutes from Nassau Coliseum when I grew up. So who can figure this stuff, man? He could. He could. He's got a long way to go to get that title, man. But I mean, he could. There was a time people thought Emmitt Smith would never touch Walter Payton's rushing record, and he did. You know, he has a lot of work to do. I mean, Mahomes is there right now. You got it. How they blew that 21-0 halftime lead to the Bengals, I'll never know. Like, that was really bizarre. So the Chiefs now, but with all that money that he got, is it going to be like the Seahawks situation where they paid Russell Wilson all that money? And I don't know how these things, I didn't go anywhere. How are they getting all these dots all over my glasses? Anyway, once they paid Russell all that money, they couldn't really sign a whole lot of other players. And Seattle really didn't they became like a playoff stepping stone more than a contender, right? Are the Chiefs going to become that, paying him all that money? Are they going to become just a contender now more than a real, a stepping stone more than a real contender for the Super Bowl? Paying one guy that much money, which I'm not saying they're not worth it, but when the salary cap is around, man, you're really limiting yourself to who else you can sign. Yeah. Well, the resume is there. There's no doubt about it. Resume is there. 4 seasons, 4 AFC championships, and he's 1-1 in the Super Bowl. That's perfect, right? He's right there. That's why I'm not even disagreeing with you. I'm just saying the difference right now is Tom Brady. How many pay cuts did he take to let the Patriots keep getting the players that they were getting? By Mahomes signing all that money, that may limit who they can get. That may be a difference for Mahomes because he's got the talent and he's proven it already that he can win. But will they be able to overcome his contract to get the right players in there that they're going to need to continue? You know what I mean? They have him. Kelsey, yeah, he's definitely a Mahomes Gronk. The Chiefs have it. That's why I can't believe they blew that lead to the Bengals, man. That's just like the defense fell apart, man. The defense crumbled. You know, that's my concern is his contract and what the Chiefs can bring in. Because over the course of time, it's going to be hard to sign players. It happened to Seattle. It happened to him. Had Brady demanded a ton of money, they probably wouldn't have been able to bring in some other players. And they didn't even bring in like a lot of – that's the weird thing. He won with a lot of people that weren't big names. And when he had Randy Moss, they didn't win. I agree. Absolutely. I'm just talking about the money and the salary cap. That's where I'm talking about. The salary cap is what could hurt Kansas City. Mahomes has got all the tools to do it. 100%. He's got all the tools to do it, man. He's got the quarterback. He's got the move. He can throw on the move like nobody's business, man. I mean, he can throw dimes at any time. He throws them for real, man. It's the salary cap is what I'm concerned about and what he gets paid. But Mahomes is definitely the system, man. There's no question about it. And having guys like Travis Kelce, man, he's a beast. The Buffalo Bills, why the Kansas City, I think would have more of a problem with the Buffalo Bills right now. It would be their biggest issue in the AFC more than anybody else. The Bills have got the team. They even got, oh, come on, Glaber, right through your glove. It's top of the ninth inning. We're ready to end this thing, and Glaber lets one go right under his glove. It's 8-2. Just finish this game, please. I got a couple hours before I got to be back on here again. Yeah, again, how did they? I don't know how they lost to the Bengals, man. I do respect Bengals did their thing. They had a great. I don't even know what the Bengals are going to do this year, man. Was that just a fluke thing that they made it that far? Trust me, I would take it as a Jet fan. Give me a fluke thing and go all the way to the Super Bowl. But Mahomes versus Stafford, yeah, it'd been amazing. It'd been amazing, and everybody expected that. Everybody expected that. You know, it's interesting. The Jets beat the Bengals and they beat the Titans. That's why the Jets, when they win 4 games, they'll beat teams you don't expect them to, and then they lose the team. Well, I can't say they lose the teams you wouldn't expect to lose to because you'd expect them to lose to everybody. You know, when the Jets were 0-13 that year, when it was like tank for Trevor, remember that? They got to 0-13 and then miraculously somehow beat the Rams. They beat the Rams out of no, like, how did that happen? The Jets don't even tank right. They don't even tank right. They turn around and beat the Rams. That was weird. Hey, Gallo's getting the standing ovation because he replaced Carpenter in right field. He just hustled his butt off, man, and caught a foul ball, man. The fans went woo like he did. He's always been a good fielder, though, Joey Gallo. I'm not going to knock him in the field. He's always been a really good, solid fielder, man. He's Gold Glover. He's not going to be here for long. He could be gone any day, man. I don't know. I thought when he didn't play at all the last couple of games, besides pinch hitting, I thought he was done. I thought he was already going to be on the trade. Yeah, Rick, lazy play. That's it. Lazy play. They're just expecting the game to be over now, Rick. To just finish it. I like that they have Schmidt in here just finishing it up, man, instead of wasting anybody else. There's no reason to. There's no reason to, man. Rick, you going to be here tomorrow? I'm going to be on again, 1:35. I will be on tomorrow, 1:35 for the Yankee game. It's a nice early afternoon game. And I'm going to be back on here tonight for I'm going to be back on actually in 2.5 hours. So I'm ready to eat. I'm ready to do a few things and get ready for that, for the big SummerSlam tonight. And 1:35, I'll be back on for sure tomorrow. Said, man, still building the channel, still keeping this going. I appreciate you guys. This is fun. This is fun for me. One on, one out. Let's go. Let's just end this. Hey, these Kansas City announcers. I couldn't get the Yankees announced. I don't know if maybe they didn't televise or they have some weird. I don't know. This year has been weird. Whatever my wife cooked, I don't know. I've been down here, man. Whatever she cooked is what I'm eating, man. No, whatever. She's an outstanding cook, man. So whatever she made, I'm eating or we're ordering out. I don't know. So I've been down there watching the game. I have no business being in the kitchen at all. Trust me when I tell. No business being in there at all. None. Zero. You know what I'm great at doing? This. Sports talk, hanging out with you guys. That's what I'm great at. I have no kitchen skills at all. Zero. So whatever's being made, or if we're ordering out, I don't know. We're doing one or the other. I'll find that out if these clowns can stop playing around and just end this inning. That's all I need right now. It's like, you know what I mean? Just it's 3-2 now. Let's just end this. I just walked them. Come on. I stay to the end, guys. That's just the way it is. And I should have stayed on. Rick, last night, it's so funny. I should have stayed on. One of my couple of my friends that were watching this, they were like, dude, you turned it off. And then it's like the tarp came off. I'm like, I know. I should have just waited 10 more minutes. Some told me to wait 10 more minutes. I didn't do it. And now this is like, let's just go. Two on, one out. Garcia's up. He's actually had two singles today. He said 417. He must have just started recently. He must be a call up. All right, good. 0-2. Wow. Now the fans are still in the stadium too. No one's really left. That's what's great about being a Yankee fan and playing for the Yankees. I can't. It's the thing, Rick, especially you, that we've been talking about. There's no way. I just. This whole concern of mine is Aaron Judge, because I don't think the Yankees are really making a serious play at Juan Soto. I just don't. Recent Yankee history tells me they don't go after big players anymore. Keep the one you have, then. Keep the one you have, and that's what concerns me right now. I'm really concerned that we're not going to have Judge, and we're not even going to have Soto at the very least to try to replace that. And you just don't replace a face of the franchise, great fan, a fan favorite, friend, and he's friendly to the fans and all that. Almost did a tongue twister there on myself. All right, we got 2 outs now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Two outs. Let's end this. Let's end this charade. Finally, we had a dominant game, guys. Finally. A dominant game that is expected. We finally had one. This guy's hitting 202 that's at the plate right now. You think we can just mop this up now? I can't wait for the Mets Yankees series again in the Bronx, man. That's going to be fun. I can't wait for that. We'll get Lou back on here. We'll get a lot of Met Yankees good crap talk going in the chat. It's going to be fun. Come on, man. Why are they throwing changeups and sliders that aren't hitting the strike zone? Just pump them. There's 2 outs. You're up 8-2. Just pump fastballs down the middle. Make them hit. Just make them hit so we can end this thing. I don't understand the changeups and all these tricky pitches. You're up by freaking 6 runs. Let's go. All right, here we go. 2-2. $44,000 at the game today. Nice. It was a nice day out too. I think it was only about 85 degrees out there today, man. I got a nice day. I know they're going to hit the 100-degree temperatures again by the end of the week. 100 degrees. Whatever. It's August. Well, just about August, right? Summertime. That's what you expect. Let's go. Let's end this thing, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. Another foul ball. Isn't that great? Matt Carpenter played today, got another home run. It's 15th of the year for us. Hitting 309, or probably more than that now, probably 313, somewhere around there. Strike 3, that's it. Yankees win. The Yankees win. I'll never do it like John Sterling was able to do it. Guys, Rick Garduni, again, apologize for chopping your name, but Rick Garduni, Gunner, Lockport, and everybody else that watched. Thank you so much for stopping through. I really appreciate it. I am going to be back on. I've said it 100 times. I'll be on tonight for SummerSlam, 8 o'clock. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. I'm going to be back on for more Yankees tomorrow, 1:35. I'm enjoying this live stream. You guys are making it fun in the chat room. Seriously making it fun for me. And I really appreciate it. You know, people, bring them to the channel. It's channels for fans. Subscribe, bell notice, like button, and comment, please. Appreciate the support. Let's keep moving forward, emerging from the depths with the basement mentality. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the baseball, 1:35. I'll see you all tonight at 8. I'm out. Go and eat dinner. I'll see you guys in a couple hours. Johnny Basement, I am out.